could be better. The locals are here. The travellers coming up from Melbourne for the weekend are here. It's all shaping up to be an absolute thriller.
This ground is in absolutely wonderful condition as both sides are starting to get to their positions. Let's get some tips, of course. Albury got a few out with COVID. Chris O, does that mean you're edging a little bit towards Corowa?
Yeah, it does actually. We're just debating how much closer it brings them, but I'm going to tip Corowa by 6 points.
Corowa by 6 points. What about you, Gus?
I think the Roos win today. I'm really bullish about the Roos. I think they're fighting to play finals football. If they get the job done today against a quality opponent, they're a real big shake. The Roos have had this game circled in their calendar for a long time.
What about you, Dan? Doing our stats all thanks to 40 winks?
I'm going to stick with my gun, boys. I'm going to go with Albury. I think they might just have a little bit too much class still. They'll get the job done today.
Albury for Dan as we're about to get underway here at the beautiful John Ford Oval for first quarter action thanks to Blacklock's Motor Group, the Tigers and the Roos. Of course, the Tigers with no Miles today. Their coach, their other co-coach in Daly, Sean Daly out. Braden O'Hara as well. Here's Gus McLeod. We're about to get underway here in this first quarter. 2AY and 3NA. It's O&M live action, and what a beautiful day we have for footy.
A sunbathed John Ford Oval is the venue. The Corowa-Rutherglen Roos and the Albury Tigers, and the only place you can catch it is live, free and exclusive with O&M live on 1494 2AY and 15 at 66 3NE. The Roos are kicking to the river end of the ground. The Tigers to the entrance end. Umpire takes his positions. He holds the football as Cade Cushett officially breaks the record for the most games played for the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos, I should say. And we're away. Fletcher Carroll gets an early disposal. Wilson, this is Cam. He got taken high. It's going to be a free kick to Cam Wilson, true centre of the John Ford Park here in Corowa. Umpire asked him to move on now, and that he does. He goes long down the line, kicks a good one, links up nicely with Taylor. Wants to play on quickly, get the football deep inside forward 50. Flying up high was nicely from Robinson. Brings it to ground level. The Tigers have numbers and will ball the footy up. We've played 30 seconds on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. And the footy's deep and Corowa's attacking 50.
Ben Kelly in the ruck today. Looks like he's going to take this one unmanned. In fact, Jason Marks has put his hand up, boys, and said, don't worry, I'll do it. But he let Ben Kelly just mark the footy. Lucky not to get caught holding the ball there. He just dropped it. Corowa-Rutherglen certainly wanted it. Ball just pinballing around. 40 metres out from goal. Wilson goes in. He's met hard by a couple of Tigers. It's 40 out from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal. We've played a minute here on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Gus McLeod, Blake Panda-Escott, Dan Vaccaro and Chris Mitchell for Macrae Motors. Umpire throws the footy aloft. 30 metres out from the Roos goal. Give it to Kelly. Fletcher Carroll reverses with the footy. It's going to go the way of the Roos. Panda, talk us through it. I have no idea. Chris O, for the Newmarket Hotel?
All I can tell you is it's going to Corowa directly in front, 35 out.
And it looks like the ball's in the hands of Callum Spencer. And he'll have a set shot 35 metres out directly in front. Chris, a bit of a breeze up here in the commentary box. What's it like at ground level?
Absolutely perfect. No breeze to speak of to any boys.
Maybe just because we're elevated, Gus. Or you're sweating.
Slight elevation. In comes Spencer. The crowd will erupt if he kicks this one. It's on the way. And it's hit the stick. First score on the board favours the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos. It's a minor score. And that's on the Steel Line scoreboard. One behind the Roos, the Albury Tigers yet to score. And the Tigers play on quickly from fullback.
Yeah, they pump this up towards half-back, right half-back, river side of the ground. Kelly's in there. Garlett over around the footy. There's the 334 gamer. Cade Cushett dishing out a hand pass. They move it by hand here, the Roos. They're linking up. Wilson, he was met hard and crunched as he kicked it. McGrath went in there for the Tigers at half-back. Marks and intercepts. They've got numbers out here on this broadcast wing. His kick wasn't great. Asked a lot of Bice who wanted to hop over his opponent. Lane was he pushed in the back. Sears goes in there. Flick little hand pass out to Jones. Here's a little bit of space. Page missed his teammate with hand pass. Carroll has to go back to Wilson, the Tigers, up the broadcast wing. Bromley couldn't mark, went to ground. Bice went in there. Well done there by Mitch Scott. He's been wrapped up in a big tackle. Carroll, his kick was smothered. Well done. Kick comes out from Lane for the Roos. Robinson and Conlon in a contest. This is good hard ovens and Murray footy. Pressure's right up. McGrath went by hand. Wilson goes back in again. So does Conlon. Here's Lane. His kick is going to go out of bounds. You'd expect Gus. We've played 3 minutes boundary side to the Newmarket Hotel for Chris Mitchell.
Yes, these are interesting matchups up down here, boys. Conlon is going to Robinson. We've got Rocky Taylor Nugent on marks as well.
Boundary umpire brings it back into play. Kelly taps it down towards the path of Gaynor, who left it behind. Wilson, this is Damien. Little dribble kick inside forward 50. It's probably the best result there for the Roos. They'll get a boundary throw in 35 metres out from goal at the river end of the ground. Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, for Corowa, boys, it's looking good at the moment. 2 inside 50s already to Albury's none, so they're definitely got the game on their terms.
An evident zone set up behind the footy, led by Matty Grantham, who fills the hole for the Roos. Football comes back into play. Robertson brings it to ground. Taylor Nugent. Handballs to Kelly. Kelly's right foot kick up the ground's a good one. He's found Jacob Conlon a long way from home. The 2021 Doug Strang medalist is called to play on advance down the broadcast wing. Goes long down the line. Good use of the body by Riley Bice, but the football beats a lot of them. Trickles out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Right in front of the canteen here at the John Ford Oval in Corowa. The steel line scoreboard reads the Roos one behind. The Albury Tigers yet to score. We played 4.5 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock.
Chris Mitchell, early crowd estimate, do you reckon? You're down there on the boundary?
Yeah, I'd probably say 1,500 so far. I reckon they expect a few more to trickle in as the first quarter continues.
Kalen Bradke's kick has gone right in the middle of the John Ford Oval. Marks and Taylor Nugent in there. Ball spills out to Wilson. He was clean for the Albury Tigers. And the kick has been intercepted here. It was out there towards Gaynor, but it's well done by Jared Lane, who's going to send Cora inside forward 50. A good old-fashioned run chase here between Nastasi. Nastasi picks it up, snaps, goal! Sunshine goal that I contender. Corowa-Rutherglen are on the board. Nastasi with a left foot chiseler. Chris Mitchell boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. A beautiful kick there from Jared Lane.
Yeah, it was the intercept by Lane that set it up, didn't they? So they tried to get it over the top of him. He's probably one of the taller players on the ground. Wasn't a great option. And he sort of shanked the kick a little bit, but it worked out well for Nastasi. He ran into it beautifully.
Yeah, just for 40 winks, lads. The inside 50 counts up to 3 at the moment, and they've got the first clearance on the board as well. So they're looking good, Corowa.
Early goal. The man from Red Bull panned up, Charlie Nastasi.
Love it. He's got wings today. He was quick then, Gus, wasn't he, to pounce onto that one?
Wouldn't mind a sponsorship at a no sugar Red Bull before the game today. Pandas.
No sugar?
No sugar, just to boost the energy levels. The Roos draw first blood on the steel line scoreboard. Alex Jones got held without the football. Zach Byer brought it to ground level and got a clear and kick away. Umpire said nothing in it. The Roos to the middle of the ground, link up. Here's Bradke, right foot kick to centre half forward's a good one. Coming through is Robinson, brings it to ground level. Nastasi's going to try and crumb, so does Filiponi. Filiponi snaps on goal! And he's just pushed it across the face in game 150 for the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos. And you just sense Corowa are going to take the game on today. They're going to play lively and exciting footy. The Roos 1-2-8 to the Albury Tigers, yet to score on the steel line scoreboard.
Yeah, they love playing on at every opportunity they can. And it was interesting tap along by Robinson, wasn't it? So he didn't try and mark it. He tried to flick it back, and it worked out well for Filiponi.
It was a great bit of play for Robinson. He just punched it back. Tried to run on there, obviously, Filiponi. Carroll's kick. Here's Garlett. So the Tigers haven't really gone even inside their own half. Here's a chance for Jones. He was wrapped up in a big tackle, holding the ball. Throw. Great tackle there from Cam Wilson. The reigning best and fairest, and Cora can reload again. Wilson's kick up towards half forward. Pernag marks. He's too far out to score. 70 from home. He's got an option short. Goes there. This is Spencer, goes by hand to Grantham. Garlett put on a good chase. Pushed him as he kicked. The Roos are inside forward 50. Taylor Nugent's got to work. He was pushed by Filiponi, but the Tigers, they are up against it here, Gus McLeod.
Here's Cushit, bangs it in deep to full forward. Robertson's going to go the fly against Conlon. Brings it to ground level at the back of the pack. Working hard is Spencer. Couldn't quite get a tickle on that one through for a minor score. So that seems to be the game plan today, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel. It's almost reminiscent of Pagan's Paddock.
Yeah, a little bit there, just keeping Robinson isolated there. I mean, he should have got a little bit of body on and done a little bit of a Tom Wilkins, but could be a bit of a reversal here. Umpires just talking to the boys, but yeah, they have isolated him and it's working out well so far.
Just for 40 wing stats, boys, Cam Wilson's up to 5 touches early, so he started really, really good.
Yeah, and Braden McMenamin for the Tigers goes up towards right half back. Good mark there by Bryden Hodgson. Wearing the number 15 today. He's got a runner in young Jakey Gaynor out behind him. Kick wasn't great though. Turned over on the centre wing. Wilson's hand pass wasn't great. Fletcher Carroll come through and got it for the Tigers. Went back to Gaynor. He missed Page. Coming through there was Mitch Scott. Well done. Page goes by hand to Jeffy Garlett. He's taken a bounce at the John Ford Oval. Low his eyes inside forward 50. Bice couldn't mark. Bice picks it up, wants that left foot, has options in board and chips it beautifully to Mitch Scott. Great Albury Tigers play. Scott's 30 out directly in front.
Jeff Garlett, really good football there from him, Panda. He had the chance to blaze away inside forward 50, waited for the right option to present itself, and that's what they're going to have to do, the Albury Tigers. You look at the Doug Strang medalist and Jacob Conlon. He's almost playing in defence today and working up and down between the links of the inside 50s. They're going to have to play small ball inside 50 today, the Tigers.
So haven't kicked a goal. We've got 8 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Scott comes in 30 metres out directly in front, makes no mistake, and the Tigers are on the board. They got a 1 straight 6, Corowa-Rutherglen 1-3-9, that's on the Steel Line scoreboard. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, they're set up really well behind the ball, Corowa, so every time that Albury gets a chance to get it, they've outnumbered, so any time the ball goes out of the back, Corowa's usually winning it. They're going to sort of go a little bit sideways, chip and charge a little bit and work the ball up the ground. A long bomb into 50 is not going to work.
Just for 40 winks too, boys. Just a quick one on Fletch Carroll. He's had 4 touches early. He's looking really good as well.
Of course, finishing third in the 2021 Doug Strang medal. Oh, not Doug Strang.
Morris medal.
Morris medal. Had a mental blank on O&M Live. Great first quarter action. The Roos lead by 3 points. And the umpire's going to bring this football back into the centre of the ground. It's Bradke and Zach Bye. Brings it to ground level. Here's Damo Wilson. Clearing kick for the Roos. Inside forward 50. Working hard is Filiponi at ground level. Hanson taps it in towards space. The Tigers have numbers. They get a clearing handball. Michael Duncan in front of the scoreboard. Right half-back flank. Kicks long down the line to Page, who wants to find his left boot. Got himself in a bit of trouble. Handball was poor. Football pinballing around. The Roos going to get a stoppage here. And that's great defensive pressure from Mark Armand's troops. Will ball the footy up just forward of true centre wing. Mo Riverside of the ground, Panda.
Mark Armand with the Raiders, is he, Gus?
Oh, Peter German, I've had a shock to start.
Not at all. Alex Jones, clearing kick. He finds Page in a bit of space here for the Tigers, so all of a sudden they're moving. Conlon's going to go inside forward 50. Not a great kick. Oh, down there, Taylor couldn't mark for the Roos. I think it was Hatton, in fact. Hanson's met hard on a big tackle. Good forward pressure for the Tigers, and they got a ball up 40 out from their goal.
We saw it last week, guys, with Lavington's pressure on Waterford, and Corowa is doing the same to Albury so far. They're just strangling the life out of them, not giving them any chance when they get the ball.
So the Roos clear in towards the centre of the John Ford Park here in Corowa. Good contest emerges. Jacob Conlon, he's looking lean in 2022. Gets a handball in towards space. The Tigers have numbers with Bryde and Hodgson. Shimmies and shakes and gets his kick away in the nick of time. But flying beautifully across the pack was Howard. He marks on the right half-back flank. Comes the true centre half-back for the Roos, and they're away here, Panda, through Filiponi.
Yeah, good kick. He got it from Wilson. Wilson runs past for the handball. Filiponi shakes to go that way and goes up towards right half forward. Nastasi and Duncan in a battle. Out the back, Nastasi leads Duncan. Good tackle there by Duncan for the Tigers. I thought Nastasi may have been grabbed without it. Umpire said no. Boundary throwing right in front of the commentary box. We've gone 11 minutes in the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. It's a 3-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen.
Yeah, just for 40 winks, lads. Jacob Page has worked his way into the game really nicely. He's up to the 4 touches now.
Boundary throw-in. True centre wing, broadcast side. Bradke brought it to the front of the contest. Wilson leaves the football behind as Jones assists it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 1-3-9, the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos, so the Albury Tigers 1 straight on the Steel Line scoreboard.
Fast start, Gus.
Very fast start. It's a theme of this football ground, Panda. Fast footy, of course, no mud, no cricket wicket. One of the best decks in the competition. Kelly brings it to ground level. Damien Wilson gets a little handball away. Gaynor with a don't argue gets a handball in the nick of time to Riley Bice. Taps it in towards space, and it's a hot footy as we cross boundary side to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, umpire's willing to let it go a bit, and I don't mind that. They did that last week with Myrtleford and Lavington as well, and it makes for a better contest.
Great contest so far. 3-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen. 1-3-9. Albury 1 straight 6. 12 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock whistle as Jai Lane just got rid of Will Blomley there. A couple go in here and looks like it's on here on the wing. Bit of push and shove, don't mind it. We like it, Panda. There we go. I think there's another whistle in the ground by the umpires here, and there's going to be a free kick. Oh, it's almost on here, Gus. It is on. Almost on.
Alex Jones and Damien Wilson had a little bit of a scruff.
And there's a fine there, a free kick.
So the non-officiating umpire has gone in to adjudicate this one. You watch the footy, I watch the scruffle.
I don't want to watch the scruffle though.
And Jared Hatton has found his way into the scruffle from fullback.
It was almost thrown a couple there, was Hats. Anyway, Bradke's got the footy. He's going to have to kick this every bit of 50 metres on a slight angle.
Booted 3 majors last week for the Roos Panthers. Got to be within his wheelhouse. And what I love about Kalen Bradke, doesn't do pre-season Panther.
He plays cricket. He's fast too. Bradke's going to come in here from 50 metres. Lines up. He likes it off the boot. Bradke's absolutely nailed it for a Sunjan goal that they contender. Thought it could have erupted there after there's a bit of a scruff and there's a goal, Gus. They don't mind giving it back, but the Roos now lead by 9 points. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. Do you have any idea how that actually started down there?
No, it was very hard to tell how it started. Obviously, Blomley is probably doing a bit of a tight tagging job on one of the Roos players, and I don't think they took too kindly to it. But yeah, beautiful kick from Bradley. Bradke did a bit of a fist bump as well. Didn't mind it, the young fella.
Just for 40 winks, lads, up to 8 inside 50s now for Corowa as well. So the game is definitely getting played on their terms.
The Roos lead this one. 2-3 the Tigers, one behind. Gaynor and Wilson. They have a tussle in the centre of the John Ford Park. We'll ball the footy up once again. So this is going to be the theme of the game, Pan, I'd imagine. Capitalising on your opportunities inside 50 is what's going to win you this game of footy, because it's going to be won or lost in the midfield. Give that one to Robertson for the Roos. Ball it to ground level. Overrunning the football is Filiponi. We heard a whistle, but it came from the netball court. The Tigers go inside forward 50. Working hard's the skipper, Hansen. Little switch kick across to the man who breaks the all-time games record for the Roos. Cushit inboard to... Finds a teammate in Wilson. Wants to play on quickly. Howard's under the pump. Got him. A Petters Albury play today from Riley Bice. He chased him down quickly and goes inside 450 to Conlon. Contest forms. Balls at ground level for the Roos.
Cushit, he went by hand back to Romy. Boy from Wagunya, you got to get rid of it, son. Went by hand to Cushit. He almost got pinged for a throw there. Wow, thought it was Blomley. Picked it up, quick snap. Cushit went in there defending hard the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos. Jakey Gaynor, he almost intercepted that kick. Wilson for the Roos just kicks it off the ground. All of a sudden, the Roos are defended all right because the ball's in the middle of the John Ford Oval. Duncan went in there and shrugged off a player. Bryden Hodgson with a beautiful kick out towards the far wing. This game has really lifted in the last couple of minutes. Shield and Page in a contest. Gaynor, he's been absolutely everywhere. We'll get his stats soon for the 40-wing stat sheet. Goes by hand to young Hayes on debut. Good pressure here from the Roos because the Tigers are flicking around by hand. Inside forward 50 has been marked by Jeff Garlett. 40 metres out directly in front. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, it was a clever entry, wasn't it? They didn't bob it up and give the defenders a chance to punch it. It was kept low and Garlett read it better than everyone else.
I think it was a kick from young Will Unthank on debut, Gus.
Described by the great man Anthony Miles as a young Stewie Jew.
That is a compliment because Stewie Jew won Hawthorn a grand final off his own boot.
We don't need to talk about that.
Oh, we do. Jeff Garlett comes in. Jeff Garlett didn't kick a goal in round one, but he's on the board today. Is he? Or was it touched on the line? It's through for a goal. Jeff Garlett with a Sunjan goal that they can tender. And the Tigers now trail by 3 points in the Steel Line scoreboard.
You can certainly tell we're in Corowa because when the football goes through for the Tigers, there's not a great deal of support in comparison to the Roos. I reckon the Roos would outnumber the Tigers here probably 7-1 today.
10-1, I reckon, Gus.
I potentially think so. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newey.
Yeah, just starting to settle a little bit into the game. Obviously, probably got a younger side than Corowa if you do the stats, but yeah, just starting to get their hands on the ball a little bit more.
Will Robinson goes up in a ruck against Kelly. Ball at ground level, diving on top of that one. In a good attempt was Isaac McGrath. The Tigers have numbers. They handball into space. Just trying to slow the football down as the Roos intercept across the half-back flank nicely. Good little link play there from Shield. Robinson handballs back into space, and here come the Roos via lane. Left foot kick up the ground was intercepted nicely. Jesse Wilson, the O&M Live Team of the Year, kicks long down the line. Good mark taken by Bice. True centre wing. Murray Riverside. Left foot kick inside 450 in the Conlon direction.
Beautiful kick.
Great vision and great lead from Jacob Conlon.
That was brilliant play all the way down the wing. They chipped their footy around. Great skills, Chris Mitchell. That was great Tigers play.
Yeah, great long kicking from Bice and then just put it beautifully out in front of Conlon, who gave Cushit no chance at all.
So Jacob Conlon will kick this one 48 metres. Slightest of angles to the town end of the ground. Kicks on the way. Starts towards the right and it stays out there through for a minor score. Corowa-Rutherglen 2-3-15. The Albury Tigers 2-2-14. That's on the Steel Line scoreboard.
He wanted to draw that back like a golf shot, didn't he? But it just didn't come back enough. Of course, if you're watching on the O&M live stream, a big shout out to Travie Cartwright and the gang. Great footage here at the John Ford Oval. Ball back in the middle of the ground. Hand pass came out to Nastasi, and he's got a little bit of space. Good chasing tackle there from the Tigers, and Duncan. Oh, McMenamin went back and didn't mark it. Here's a chance for Bradke. Shakes, bakes, steadies from 40 and puts it through for a point. Not a great effort there from young McMenamin for the Tigers, but that's all right. He'll learn. Bradke could have made him pay. Corowa 2-4-16, Albury 2-1-13. We've gone almost 20 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Dan Ficaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, you asked for Jakey Gaynor's stats before, Panda. He's up to the 5 touches as well for Albury.
Working his way into the game nicely. So's this bloke. Hayes on debut. Kicks out wide to Page. Handballs over the top to Fletcher Carroll, who wants to carry the footy forward of his attacking third. Alex Jones marks. Tells his opposition player to get off him. Links up with Bice. Bice from 45. That's as good as it gets from the Albury Tigers. A Sunjan goal at A from Riley Bice. And that just shows you, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel, how quickly this Albury Tigers team can transition from defence to attack.
Yeah, and he's just a beautiful player to watch, isn't he, Riley Bice? A great big booming left foot, but he doesn't look like missing. Beautiful technique and a great setup. Alex Jones obviously played on, and Bice wasn't an easy kick either, probably 45 on a bit of an angle. So, yeah, the Tigers are well on top at the moment.
Just for 40 winks, Albury have worked their way back really, really well. They're up to 9 inside 50s now, and it's evident in the scoreboard.
Around the ground, so Mr. Stove's pool world. The Wangaratta Magpies 19, the Wodonga Bulldogs 12. Mr. Stove's pool world. I've got it all for you, Panda.
Absolutely. Everyone goes there and gets their chlorine and everything, of course, Gus. You going to get a pool one day?
No, but I might gas wood heaters.
There we go. Back in the middle. Good looking kick up towards half forward. I thought Sears was pushed in the marking contest for the Tigers. Umpire said play on. Melksham applies a tackle for the Roos. He's been a bit quiet. Well done there from Carroll. His hand pass. Found a teammate in McGrath. His kick up towards half forward. Almost intercepted. Well done there, young Brunner for the Tigers. Hand pass to Jones. Standing start from 50. Down there. Teammate couldn't mark. Cushit, the 334 gamer, taking a defensive mark in the goal square. He's done it for 333 games, and he's doing this 334th. Gus McLeod, we've played 20 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock, a 3-point lead to the Tigers.
Right under Zach Byer, who made a contest of that, but here come the Roos through the centre of the ground. Damien Wilson at true centre half back, kicks long into space, trying to find Filiponi. Game 150 for the former skipper. Switch kick to centre half forward's a beauty. The mark's been taken by Jai Lane, 50 metres out directly in front to the Murray River end of the ground.
That was beautiful Roos play, straight through the middle of the ground. The skill level, I have to say, Chris Mitchell in this game has been elite to start.
Yeah, top notch. Great set up there by Damien Wilson, who's getting a run with the roll with, who is it from the Tigers there? Bromley, but yeah, great set up there by Filiponi.
Lane from 55, it's got the legs and it's got the accuracy. What a goal for the Albury, for the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos. It's a Sunjan goal at A, and they get one back, much needed in front of their home fans, do the Roos. Cracking finish from Dry Lane. As we wait for the scoreboard to trickle over, thanks to Steele on O&M Live, the Roos get one much needed back, Panda.
Yeah, they do. So it's a 3-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen, 3-4-22, Albury 3-1-19. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, Jai Lane's doing all right, boys. He's kicked a goal and had 3 touches, but the big ball winner in this quarter is Cam Wilson. He's up to 9. He's been fantastic.
That quick ball movement, they're just splitting the Albury defence apart when they go quick and long in the forward 50.
So it's a 6-goal opening quarter so far. It's a very good game here at the John Ford Oval. Big crowd Easter Saturday. O&M Live action on 15-6-3-E. And 2AY thanks to McRae Motors. The Wilson brothers for the Roos back in the middle of the ground trying to link up. Ball spills out to Gaynor, another 40-wing stat. Quick kick inside 50. Well done there from Conlon, showing a bit of class. Inside 50, Bice is down there. He couldn't mark. Goes through for a rush behind for the Tigers. Looks like Bice is playing a fair bit forward. Almost one out in the goal square, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, he's a pretty hard matchup too, isn't he? So he runs so well, beautiful left foot, and yeah, a bit of an X factor there for the Tigers down forward.
The Roos at true centre wing with Grantham. They come in board. Grantham once again. Little chip kick up towards the half forward line. Good contest and a spoil coming through from Jesse Wilson. The Roos have numbers. Got to get a handball away. Wilson back in towards space. Bill Hanson gets crunched in a big tackle. Umpire says free kick holding the ball. It's actually against Jai Lane. It's going to go the way of Jeff Garlett, who's working his way up the ground. Comes backwards, the centre half back for the Albury Tigers. It's Jacob Conlon.
It's a pretty hot start. I'm just wondering whether the players are getting a bit tired out there, boys. Quite hot conditions.
We've played 23 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Bice kicks up to centre half forward and running back with the flight beautifully is Damien Wilson, who intercepts nicely, links up with brother Cam.
Yep, and Robinson's come through with a hand pass receive. Oh, it wasn't a great dish to a teammate. It's been intercepted by young Jakey Gaynor for the Tigers. The ball at half forward. Sears was clean bowled. Fletcher Carroll goes in. Beautiful clean pickup. Went by hand to Scott. Here's Bice with a beautiful chiselling kick into the middle of the 50, and it's been intercepted there by the Roos in defence. Great mark there from Damien Wilson. How many on the 40-wing stat sheet for Damien Wilson, Dan Vaccaro?
That was his knife just then, boys.
He's got the footy at fullback for the Roos.
Defence has held up well. There's only been 4 scoring shots for Tigers so far.
22-19. Favouring the Roos, I should say. Here's Bice, gets the footy from 45. Worm burner to the top of the goal square. Hatton works it nicely with the captain, Joe Hanson. Wilson, this is Damo. Handballs over the top. Taylor goes backwards to Cushion. Clearing kick, hugs the boundary line. Working hard, Jared Hatton, to keep that one alive. Umpire says it's free kick. Out of bounds on the forward pander, and Jacob Conlon 70 from home.
He's been playing everywhere, Jacob Conlon, in defence, in forward, and he puts this 10 metres out from goal. Sears was caught behind, couldn't mark. Down there, Sears ended up getting a hand pass. Hanson just picks it up on the boot from the Roos and sends it 70 metres up the John Ford Oval. The ball's still camped at centre half forward for the Tigers. Hand pass comes out towards Spencer for the Roos. Going in and winning his own footy there was young Will Unthank. He was really clean. Hand pass to Duncan. He comes out wide to Bice, who's working really hard for the Tigers on centre wing.
Links up nicely with Page. True centre wing broadcast side. 25 minutes gone. The Aubrey GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Kicks a beauty from Page. Links up nicely with Fletcher Carroll. Wants to go inboard. Dangerous kick towards Scott. Intercepted nicely at the back of the pack. The Roos have numbers through hands. Whatever quickly does Joey. Kicks up to Howard. Through centre wing. Murray Riverside, and Howard's away. Takes a bounce. Wants to go inboard. It's okay. Finds its way to Spencer. Lowers the eyes. Bradke on the lead. 45 metres out directly in front.
Lowered the eyes beautifully then. He could have blazed away. He had a couple of options further afield, but lowered the eyes, and Bradke gets another look at it.
That kick from Joe Hanson, Chris Mitchell out to Cody Howard was an absolute beauty, and it was just great Roos play all up the wing.
And he took his time, didn't he? He was waiting for the right option, and then Howard obviously took them on as well, and that's paid dividends when they've taken their opponent on.
He's already got one from this range, does Bradke. 50 metres out directly in front, and he loves it! It's a sundown goal today from Caelan Bradke. A man making his way into the ranks of Ovens and Murray senior football with class and elegance, and he's banged through his second as we cross the Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, well, the Wilson brothers boys are getting leather poisoning. So Cam Wilson's had 11 and Damo's had 10, dominating.
There we go, so that's 21 disposals between them if my maths is correct, which it's normally not, Gus.
Never been your strong point, Panda.
Darcy Melksham been a little bit quiet for the Roos, but the engine room is on fire.
In his defence, Panda, football's going over his head a hell of a lot.
Yeah, exactly right. So a 9-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen, 4-4-28. Aubrey 3-1-19. That's on the Steel Line scoreboard. Here's a chance for that man I just said, Melksham. Little toe poke. It's been picked up here by the Tigers at half-back. Hodgson went by hand to Gaynor. Always uses the footy well. Sears was caught at the back. Flew high. Did he give away a free kick? He didn't. To Max Taylor, boundary throw in. True centre wing, right in front of the Corowa-Rutherglen fans. I tell you what, Chris, it is a bumper crowd here at the John Ford Oval.
Yeah, they're still coming in. They'll be pushing 2,000 and really happy with the crowd, I reckon, today.
Bradke goes up against Bye in the ruck. Give it to Bradke. He took it out of it. Goes to Cam Wilson. Held at the football, regathered it, goes inboard to Filiponi, now Damien Wilson. Left foot kick to Robinson's a beauty. They've got a wheel and go here, the Roos, because they've got numbers. They want to get it deep inside 450. Nastasi was held against Duncan. Umpire said nothing in it. Working hard, Jesse Wilson taps it back towards the goal as it trickles through for a minor score. The Roos 4-5-29, the Albury Tigers 3-1-19 on the Steel Line scoreboard. Here's Blake Panderescott from McRae Motors.
Thought Nastasi was stiff not to get a free kick there.
Second that.
Anyway, Fletcher Carroll will get his numbers shortly. Went inboard to Gaynor. A really good defensive effort there from Filiponi in game 150. Boundary throw-in right in front of us in the commentary box. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, Fletcher Carroll's moved up to 9, boys. He's looking really good for Aubrey.
A 9-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen. Gus McLeod, Blake Panderescott, Dan Vaccaro and Chris Mitchell for McRae Motors.
Umpire will probably bring this one back in again, I dare say.
It's Damo Wilson there. Damo Wilson just turned around like a bird was almost pulling on his head, Guzzles.
How's that for an analogy? The football comes back into play. Good body work from Bice. Takes it out of the ruck. Handball didn't have enough on it for Garlett as Wilson goes inside forward 50. Well done by Lucas Conlon at the back of the pack. Keeping his feet nicely was Wilson. The pressure comes for the Tigers. Wilson lowers the eyes, kicks across goal. It's nice. Links up with McGrath. McMenamin, or I should say Unfaint, kicks long down the line trying to find a former under-18s teammate in Sears. Good pressure applied by Sears. Did nicely. Made a contest of it. Hayes comes through. Hatton's got to get rid of the footy. Got a left foot kick up and under in towards space. Well done, Bryden Hodgson. Took a strong mark at centre-half back and switches the footy.
Yeah, they can go out that far side because Taylor Nugent's in a fair bit of space here. Pressure comes from Grantham for the Roos. Taylor Nugent's kick is out towards a teammate over the boundary line for a throw, and I think that's young Jacob Brunner on debut there for the Albury Tigers as the siren goes here to mark quarter time. What a quarter it was, 4-5-29. The Corowa-Rutherglen Roos, Albury 3-20 on the Steel Line scoreboard. Gus McLeod, that wasn't a bad quarter of O&M footy.
The old turn the mic on trick, Panda. A great start here to the first quarter, Easter Saturday. If you're in the region, I encourage you to come on down, Panda.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll wrap up this one after the break. A 9-point lead to the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos on O&M Live. 15-6-3-E and 2AY in an O&M Live. You won't miss a thing.
Grounds Up Building Products.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev, for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
And a great first quarter it was here on 15.66 3NE and 14.94 2AY. O&M live action as we go to Dan Vaccaro with the Optus quarter's best. Who caught your eye in that first quarter?
Definitely for Corowa boys. Cam Wilson's had 13. He's just been absolutely fantastic. And then along with Brother has been really good as well. He's had 11. Damo as well. For Albury, Fletcher Carroll's been really good at having 9.
Your local Optus stores in Albury, Wodonga and Wangaratta will cross boundary side. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. I cannot see him amongst, I'd say, at least 300 or 400 people on the John Ford Oval.
Yeah, there's a few people around here. They're taking their time to get off too. But yeah, pretty relaxed coaches. Obviously, Tom McGrath taking over from Daly and Miles because of their COVID isolation. But he's still on the ground talking to Jesse Wilson, so still getting those instructions out. But they want to move the ball along. He said stick to the plan, and they're sweating on turnovers, and that's exactly what Peter German said for Corowa as well. So a real different set of tactics for both sides. Corowa want to move it quickly by handballs, and the Tigers want to kick it long.
9-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen, 4-5-29, Albury 3-2-20. I like the look, Chris Ower. Kalen Bradke, I mean, he's a big boy and he's got a big booming kick, and he kicked a couple in that second quarter from outside 50.
Yeah, he's really exciting, isn't he? And beautiful kick and technique, and it never really looked like missing. So, yeah, he's on fire, and if they can keep finding him and kicking it long, obviously Filiponi's causing plenty of issues, and Nastasi's been pretty well held by Michael Duncan, even though he probably should have had a few free kicks. But German's kept his side in pretty late here, so the Roos are just starting to depart from their talk, and yeah, we're going to be underway pretty shortly.
First quarter, I should say, Kalen Bradke kicked a couple of those goals. Gus McLeod, who's caught your eye a little bit there in that first quarter?
I think the Wilson boys have been really destructive, but the thing I've liked is Charlie Nastasi's forward line work. He's working up and down. He's giving Michael Duncan a lot to think about. Of course, they're playing an untraditional forward line set up the Roos, and as we get underway in this second quarter, I reckon that would have been a message. Around the ground, so Mr. Stove's Poor World Panda. A pretty of a tighter game at the John Flower Oval. The Dogs 19 to Wangaratta 26.
And of course, a Ray White Rural netball update earlier today. It was Corowa-Rutherglen 2 strong for the Albury Tigers. Great to have Hannah Davies, Lee Dollarhenty, calling all the netball action exclusive to 14.94 2AY. It's all about the footy now. So we're back in the middle of the John Ford Oval. Second quarter action about to get underway. But doing it thanks to Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Here's Gus McLeod.
Thanks, Panda. Give that one to the big fella. Benny Kelly out of the ruck, brought it to ground level. Coming through nicely was Lane. Jared, umpire says we'll ball the footy up, and there's a man down behind the play. It's Damien Wilson. So, Panda, you'll monitor that one.
Hasn't really moved too much. He's just getting up now.
And umpire's called time off. We'll cross boundary side. Chris Mitchell
is holding his shoulder.
Hotel. It doesn't look good here for Damo Wilson.
No, he's a bit groggy to get up, isn't he? And as Panda said, holding his shoulder. But he's a pretty tough hombre, so I wouldn't be surprised if he continues. But the trainer is trying to take him off. It would be a huge blow to Corowa's midfield if they lost him.
He's a bit groggy to come off, Gus, just watching at the moment. So you'd expect him to probably go through some concussion protocols. Of course, the O&M really proactive in that field now, and you have to be. So he's looking pretty groggy, is Damo Wilson. How many numbers so far on the 40-week stat sheet for him, Dan Vaccaro?
11 touches, Damo, so massive loss if he's out.
Of course, if you're watching on the O&M live stream, you'll be able to see all the action here and hear it on 15.66 3NE and 14.94 2AY.
He ran into the legs of Alex Jones as I'm watching here on the replay, Panda, and copped a nice one to the neck and the head.
Great to have that sort of availability on the O&M live stream as the Roos go forward inside forward 50. Just to the edge of the 50, in fact, through Cam Wilson. Nastasi met hard by Duncan. That's a good matchup. Jesse Wilson went in there for the Tigers at half-back. Hand pass to Duncan, who just cleverly fumbled her over the boundary line for a throw-in, and we got a boundary throw-in. 55 out from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal. They lead this by 9 points. Second quarter action on M Live thanks to Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
Boundary umpire brings it back into play at ground level. Gaynor left it behind. A contest forms. And rolling through is Alex Jones. And the Albury Tigers coach's box right next to us, Panda.
Yeah,
Fairly vocal.
Our ambience mic is picking up just a little bit here.
Well, hopefully it's not like Wodonga Raiders last year where I thought a punch was going to come through into the commentary box. Football deep in the attack of the Roos. Bradke handballs intercepted nicely by Jones. A torpedo punt to true centre wing. Coming through is Romy Hanson. This is Joe.
Right.
Free kick and a high. It's going to go the way of the skipper of the Roos, Panda.
I think he's been pretty good, Joe Hanson. Really good user. As I say that, he finds a teammate in Cam Wilson. 65 from home. True centre half forward. He's got Will Robinson leading out wide for him. Goes towards Robinson, but it was beautifully intercepted by Lucas Conlon in defence for the Tigers, and he goes out to the river side of the John Ford Oval.
Nice kick towards Page. True centre wing, far side. Wants to shimmy and shake and go a left foot kick in towards space. Sears won the thirds goal kicking last year. Comes inboard to Fletcher Carroll. True centre half forward, too far to score. Kicks in towards space. It's Conlon. Beautiful footy from the Albury Tigers. Waited for Conlon to lead and hit him like a traceable at Panda.
Yeah, he had a paddock to lead into, didn't he? Just timed it beautifully, the lead, and great kick from Fletcher Carroll there.
That skill level from the Albury Tigers, you cannot defend that, Gus McLeod. That was sensational all the way up the ground.
And the vision from a young player in Sears really caught my eye. Conlon kicks on the way, and I reckon he's just snuck it in. Conlon likes it. He's kicked his first, and the Albury Tigers, they're back within a 3-point lead on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, Cam Wilson, boys, for Corowa has really just started again. He's had 2 early touches and had 2 inside 50s already, Corowa.
That's Jacob Conlon's first goal of the year.
Not bad from you, Panda.
There you go. If you would have said, thank you very much. If you would have said that in the third game the Albury Tigers have played, and it's come in the second quarter after winning the Doug Strang, I would have said no way. But anyway,
I think he's playing a bit of a different role. Most of his touches are out of the 50, aren't they?
You're right, but he's pushed forward there, and that delivery from Fletcher Carroll. Your eyes light up like dinner plates if you lean out a full forward like that. Back in the middle of the ground, so the Tigers back to within 3 points. The Roos lead early. The clearance comes towards the Tigers' end of the ground, but a great intercepting mark for the Roos by Shield. He's got Bradke in a bit of space here on true centre wing. He plays on, wheels back onto the right. His hand pass over the top to Melchin asked a lot of him, put him under a lot of pressure. Did he get a hand pass out? The Tigers bench in front of us wanted a free kick for holding the ball, but we got a ball up. Left half forward, cannon side of the John Ford Oval, the Roos by 3 points.
Bradke wins it down, but it favours 3 Albury Tigers. McMenamin handballs over the top to Gaynor, inbound to Fletcher Carroll. True centre wing, broadcast side. He's got a teammate in Riley Bice. Finds the left boot. Inside forward 50. Good work by Cushion to bring it to ground level. Howard, the handball missed him. Here's a chance to snap across the body. Looks all right from Scott. But it trickles across the face of goal for a minor score. And the Roos, Panda, they've really got to consolidate the game here because it's slowly being dictated by the Albury Tigers' terms. The Roos 4-5-29, Albury 4-3-27 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. What are you looking at down there?
Yeah, the midfield's starting to get on top. The Carrolls, the Gainers are starting to dictate a little bit of the play. So the Corowa need to get their hands on a little bit more and get that running carry game going that they're trying to implement.
I'll tell you what, this bloke is best on ground for mine at the moment. Caelan Bradke, big strong mark at half back, and his kick to half forward's been marked by Jason Marks. He lowers the eyes inside forward 50, looking for his former Spotswood teammate in Nastasi. Good contest between him and Dunkey. Nastasi doing a bit of wheeling and dealing. Down there marking in the pocket for the Roos, I think, is Hayden Filiponi.
And Panda, one of the best nicknames I've heard, you've just dubbed him. Michael Dunkey.
Dunkey, did I? Yeah. There you go.
Michael Dunkey, I don't mind it.
So close.
It's going to stick.
Michael Dunkey. I wonder if he likes that guy.
He won't like that.
Not at all he will.
He will not like that at all.
We're going to have to tell you us exactly what he said pre-game because it was very interesting. Anyway, Filiponi comes in on a tight angle, 30 metres out. He's pushed it to the near side through for a minor score. Filiponi misses. Corowa 4-6-30, Albury 4-3-27. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We've ticked over 5 minutes in the second quarter.
Chris O, down for the Newmarket Hotel. Keen to get the latest on Damien Wilson. We haven't seen him re-emerge as of yet.
No, I think he's gone down to the rooms, boys, and had a bit of a check, but I'll keep you updated on that one.
The Roos bring it down to true centre wing. Good contest. Free kick and a whistle. It's a hold. It's going to go the way of Caelan Bradke.
He's playing so well, Gus, isn't he?
He's best on ground for the Roos by a street. Brilliant kick in towards space. Out a bit too much for Bill Hansen as it trickles out of bounds for a boundary throw in 45 metres out from the Roos goal at the club room's end of the ground. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Really just even starts of the quarter as well. So both teams had 13 inside 50s in the first, and they both, Corowa have had 4 to Albury's 3 as well, so it's really even.
Great work from Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wink stat sheet. The kick is out of bounds, coming out from a clearance from the Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club, and Albury get a free kick right up against the behind post. Defensive line, it's Michael Dunkey. He goes out towards right half back. Bice flew high, Conlon came over the top, couldn't quite mark. Howard dished a hand pass out to Lane, broke a tackle and went over the top to Wilson. If the ball sits for him, he'll have a bit of space. And we've got a ball up right on the edge of 50, still at the Corowa-Rutherglen end of the ground. They lead this by 3 points. Gus McLeod for McRae Motors.
Umpire throws it up, give it to Bye out of the ruck. Here's a chance here for Scott McGrath. It's a clearing kick, smothered off the boot. Football pinballing around. Lane tries to keep it alive, and the boundary umpire beats all comers. Trickles out of bounds for a boundary throwing. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, just on Lane too, boys. Dry Lane. He's been a little bit quiet. He had 3 in the first and just 1 in this quarter.
We'll go around the ground to Mr. Stowe's poor world very shortly. Coming through is Jared Lane, dispossessed of the footy. The umpire said no, free kick and play on. Pinballing around, 70 metres out from the Roos goal. Taylor Nugent dives on top of the footy. Grantham got involved in the action as Filiponi kicks towards the goal square. Working hard but nicely for the Albury Tigers. Clearing kick out by Sears and trickles out towards the half-forward flank.
Braden McMenamin picks it up. Defensive 50, left foot kick up towards the wing, riverside of the ground. Good contest from Romy and Page. Romy went and got the footy. Couple of little hand passes here between him and Hansen. Inside forward 50, the Roos go to the edge of the goal square. Out the back, Filiponi can't mark. Can he get a kick off the ground? Well done, Bryden Hodgson for the Tigers. Sweeping up by hand to Duncan and by Riley Bice. Interesting sort of hand pass, but it worked out towards Duncan. He ran into a bit of trouble and then fixed it. Duncan still running. A 60-metre run up towards the wing. His kick finds Gaynor and the Tigers can settle.
True centre wing broadcast side. The co-captain lowers the eyes, finds Blomley. So the Tigers wanting to slow things down as they switch in the middle of the ground. Robinson tries to get an intercept as the Tigers switch the footy with Page. Out wide to Garlett. True centre wing, Riverside, shimmies and shakes, comes back in towards Page. Wants to find that left foot, that he does inside 50. Contest from Scott, ball at ground level. Coming in nicely is Gaynor. The Roos have numbers, they link up nicely. Handball back across towards true centre half back with Lane. Kicks out wide, Wilson. He's back on the ground, he's back with a vengeance, Panda.
Yep, so he's back on the ground, he's got options inboard. It's Bradke, he's working really hard. In fact, it was Spencer. He went by hand to Hansen, and here's Pernag for the Roos. His kick isn't great. He's been intercepted at half back by the Tigers, and Page, he couldn't quite mark, so the Tigers have turned it over again. Well done, the Roos defence. Here they go inside forward 50, down there. Nastasi out the back. Nastasi marks.
He probably could have played on and ran into an open goal, and I think he thought about it for about 2 split seconds, but he's going to go back and take his kick.
I'm not sure who it was in the middle of the ground there, Chris, who had come across and intercepted what was going to be a Page mark, but I tell you what, it could end up in a Roos goal.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I didn't see it either, but Nastasi well within range here.
So Nastasi has already kicked 1. Got a lovely left foot. That's going to come back. It's hit the inside of the post, and it's through for a point. So the Roos 4-7-31, Albury 4-3-27. 9 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, Fletcher Carroll just started a little bit slower this quarter. He had 9 in the first, just the 2 so far. Hasn't had a whole lot of impact yet.
Jason Marks gets a crucial fingertip to intercept the footy here for the Roos. His handball was smothered out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, he's been pretty good, Marks, I reckon, for Corowa. Done some great intercepts there, but obviously you mentioned Damien Wilson. He's back out there. He did go down to the rooms and get checked out, but yeah, great to see him back in the midfield for the Roos.
Robinson tapped it down to Cam Wilson. Right foot kick into the forward pocket for the Roos. Dunkey was there for Blake Panda-Escott, trying to keep it alive. Good crunching tackle from Bryden Hodgson.
Might stick that one.
I'm going to cop it on the Albury Tigers Footy Club review on Monday night. I can assure you that.
He's actually been really good too, so you're going to hear his name a fair bit.
So ball thrown up Camped inside the Roos, attacking 50. Fletcher Carroll, clearing kick out of defence. Went over the head of all teammates, and here's a young chance for Brunner for the Tigers. The ball wouldn't sit. Pernag goes in for the Roos. Dainty little kick out towards Hansen. And Hansen can send the Roos back into attack. Down there, Filiponi, I think he's been one of the Roos' best. In fact, he's marked it.
He plucked it out of nowhere, boys.
He did. Wow, what a great mark that is from Hayden Filiponi, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
He was outnumbered by about 2 or 3 Tigers, and just put his big mitts up and came down with the footy.
I was just about to say, Panda, the Roos look like they lack a vocal point up forward and a key target, but it doesn't matter when you've got Hayden Filiponi.
He's one of the smallest out there, but that's a great contest. So he's got a kick exactly where he missed the last one. Tight angle, 30 out. Does he correct himself? You bet he does. In fact, it's hit the posting end. So that's that's a couple of posters for the Roos.
He's kicked 3 behinds.
There you go, 4-8-32. Aubrey 4-3-27. A 5-point lead on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Boys, inside 50s. 11 this quarter already for Corowa.
He bats out another one, or not. Well intercepted nicely. At the half-back region by Jesse Wilson. Wants to lower his eyes. Chip kick's good one. Mark's been taken. So the Tigers playing methodical footy via McMenamin. Links up with Fletcher Carroll. Right foot kick's nice, got paid. So a little chip kick footy from the Albury Tigers. Just behind true centre wing, Rivers side of the John Ford Oval in Corowa. Left foot kick down the line, Robinson's in the hole. Met late by Kelly. The Tigers have numbers on the overlap. They're going to try and go inside forward 50. Conlon's the target, 70 from home. Wheels around the right boot. Trying to find McGrath. Great mark by Isaac McGrath. Used his body beautifully, and he'll go back and have a set shot 20 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, Melksham looked for a bit of body contact there, but took his eyes off the ball, and McGrath was in a great position to mark it.
Really good kick from Conlon, favouring the space of Isaac McGrath, and he'll kick this one from 20 metres out directly in front, and he makes no mistake. The Tigers have got their 5th, and they regain the lead by a sole point on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And the Albury Tigers, they were very predictable to start the season, Chris O, for the Newmarket Hotel, but now they're very unpredictable going inside forward 50.
Yeah, they've been forced to do like that, haven't they? And Jeffy Garlett obviously is started up there as well, but they haven't had many forward 50 entries, but making the most of them in this quarter.
Just for 40 winks too, boys. Jake Page is up to 4 touches this quarter, and that brings him to 10 for the game. Thought he's been really, really good.
Around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World. Wangaratta getting a bit of a jump now on Wodonga, 45-20. That game at the John Flower Oval in Wodonga. Here at the Corowa-Rutherglen footy ground, John Ford Oval. It's a 1-point lead to the Tigers. Back in the middle of the ground. Cam Wilson just went without it. Jeff Garlett's gone into the middle of the ground, and he's got a free kick against him. Here come the Roos through Damien Wilson. Beautiful looking kick to Nastasi. He couldn't quite mark his opponent Duncan. He was grabbed without it. Yep. He's going to get a free kick. That battle is a great battle, Chris Mitchell, isn't it, between Michael Duncan and Charlie Nastasi?
It's an absolute ripper, Panda. If the umpire was fair, he probably would have let that one go, because Nastasi probably had a couple early on, I reckon.
Duncan called to play on his kick, was poor to be nice. Hatton inboard to Lane, put him under the pump. Wilson, Cam, handballs over the top to Robinson, who hugs the boundary line and concedes a throw-in. True centre wing broadcast side. The Roos 4-8-32, the Albury Tigers 5-3-33 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We've played 14 and a half minutes in the second quarter, thanks to Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
The ambience, Mike, picking up a fair bit of activity here for the Albury Tigers bench. Melksham's been wrapped up in a big tackle. You're holding the ball. The Roos wanted a free kick for High. It's been overturned. It has. So what has happened here is that Melksham was paid a free kick against him for holding the ball, and the other umpire said, nope, you grabbed him too high. Haven't seen that too often, Chris Mitchell, on Ovens Murray footy.
It was probably the last contact. The first bit was probably holding the ball, and then the tackle continued and got him high. So, yeah, very big turnover.
Anyway, Cam Wilson back in the middle of the ground. The Roos almost mucked it up, but they've sorted it out. Cody Howard is marked. Right option. Yep, right in the middle of John Ford Oval. What a beautiful day of footy it is. McMenamin flew high for the Tigers inside D50, couldn't mark. Unthanked, sweeping hand pass back to Duncan. His kick might come straight back because Melksham is going to go and win this one for the Roos. Tied up against the boundary from 40. Darcy Melksham goes goalward across the face of goal. Down there, Grantham just flicked a hand pass back to Spencer. He went by hand to Lane. Flying shot on goal. Jai Lane stopped it, and the Roos get one back. A Sunjan goal that they can tender. They now lead by 5 points. Gus McLeod. It looked like they'd sort of stuffed it up a little bit, but they ended up kicking it.
The thing I like about this Corowa team, Panda, is their relentless attack on the footy. And as the players come to the bench, they are absolutely stuffed. Dan Vicaro on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Jai Lane, boys, has kicked his second goal there and moves up to his 6th touch, but Cam Wilson's is continuing his great work for Corowa. He's had 5 this quarter.
And great work by Melksham to keep the ball alive there, boys, in centre. I don't think it was quite a shot, but it stayed alive, and the inboard handball set it up beautifully.
So umpire's going to bring this one back up. In the centre of the John Ford Park, the Roos 38, the Tigers 33. Great tackle from Garlett on Lane. We'll ball the footy up once again.
It's the first goal for Corowa in this second quarter, Gus. It took to the 16th minute mark.
You wouldn't notice that the way they've held themselves in this contest. Robinson flew high for the Roos. Damien Wilson, another intercept, and he handballs back in towards space. Robertson goes back inboard nicely, and a clearing kick from Max Taylor inside forward 50. Big contest flyers for both respective clubs. Coming through nicely was Lane. Handball was poor. Back in towards space at centre half forward. Wilson, free kick holding the footy. It's going to go the way of the Roos. Wilson wanted to play on, but he said no, we'll bring it back. And it's going to be Bailey Pernag. He will give it back to Lane in the end. Lowers the eyes, chip kick in towards space, and he links up with Lane. This is Jared.
Poor marking there for the Tigers. They had an age to set up, and here's Jared Lane. He's got a booming left foot, does he, Gus McLeod? So, well, this will be every bit of 40, or almost 50 metres by the time.
Yeah, from the paint.
50 metres.
There's a slight breeze hurling around the John Ford Oval. Nothing much, but
Chris Mitchell said there wasn't one before.
I can feel it. Left foot kicks on the way. It's got the legs, and it's got the accuracy. Lane with a Sunjan goal today. The Roos have got 2 in a row, and that just shows how quickly they can make you pay. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
I'm just wondering where the air conditioner is in the box there, boys, but there's not much of a breeze down here.
I've just closed the door, Chris Mitchell, to block a bit of this noise out if that helps, so I'm not sure how that'll help Gus McLeod's fever that you got going on here in the
What we do
box.
have, boys, is an absolutely ripper game. It's nearly goal for goal, so 2 in a row there for the Roos.
Just 40 winks, boys. They've scored 3 goals this quarter, but they've had 14 inside 50s, so it's astonishing.
So the football's back into play. Umpire should ball this footy up once again after the first contest. 44 plays 33 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Second quarter action on O&M Live for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Umpire balls the footy up once again. Giving away some size was Robinson. The Roos get a clearing kick towards half forward. Good intercept mark taken. Looks like it's Bryden Hodgson for the Tigers. Kicks out wide to Fletcher Carroll.
It was a really good mark from Hodgson because it was wrapped up. Should have been given a free kick anyway. So Page goes back here to Fletcher Carroll. Great follow-up work. You never see him miss a target. Jesse Wilson looks like he's moved forward. So he's marked on true centre wing. Kick up the line towards Sears, but great intercept work there by Lane. Jai Lane for the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos. He's marked just inside his defensive 50. He's going to go up towards centre wing, flying at the back. Great mark there from, I think that's, I'm not sure who that is out there actually. I think it's young Ollie Strove. In fact it is. He goes inside forward 50. Beautiful kick by Ollie Strove, marking Bradke, tied up against the boundary on the John Ford Oval, river side of the ground. Bradke's already kicked 2, Gus McLeod.
He's already got 2, and the distance won't worry him, Panda, but the accuracy might. He's tied up against the boundary line.
He's kicked 2 straight.
He'll start his approach on the boundary line, Panda, and he'll probably kick it, well, I dare say 45 metres from a pretty tight angle, but when you're hot, you're hot.
He has kicked the ball absolutely beautifully so far. 2 goals in the opening quarter. The Roos by 11. So for a little buffer here, the John Ford Oval, Easter Saturday, it's across the face of goal. In fact, I don't think it's even registered a score, so it's out on the full. Scores don't move. 6-8-44 Corowa, Albury 5-3-33. Here's Gus McLeod from Macrae Motors.
Duncan plays on quickly from full-back and kicks long down the line. Flying high was Page. You knew he was going to go up. Nice work from Hatton. Goes to Bradke. They're going to get a clearing kick inside 50 from Grantham. In towards space, had a bit too much on it. And marking nicely is Unfank. Left foot kick out wide's good to McGrath.
Ooh,
50.
Lucky.
Bit unlucky there. Callum Spencer. Umpire said nothing in it as McGrath kicks backwards to Unthank. Got a bit of pressure nicely from Filiponi.
Got a lovely left foot, this kid, Will Unthank on debut, Gus.
Of course, Stewie Jew did. Anthony Miles called him a Stewie Jew lookalike, which I like.
I'd be very happy if I was given that compliment.
So would I. Jesse Wilson across the half-back line switches the footy nicely for the Tigers. They go inboard to Bryden Hodgson. Right foot kick inboard. It's got to be good, and it is. Page marks true centre wing, Murray Riverside.
So Jake Page, he's got a lovely left kick. How many on the 40-wing stat sheet for Jake Page, Dan Vaccaro?
He's had 6 this quarter and 6 in the first, boys. So 12.
So a dozen.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, awesome.
That's a dozen on the 40-wing stat sheet. We'll go around the ground soon, thanks to Mr. Stove Pool World. You're listening to second quarter action, thanks to Wodonga Pumps and Mowers here on R&M Live 3E and 2AY. Kelly read that short throw, and in fact, he's going to be asked to throw that one back into play.
So we played 22 minutes panned up on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Second quarter action for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Kelly got a slight tap on that one as Conlon goes inside forward 50. Nice work at the back of the pack. A big crunching tackle here from Bice. And the umpire says free kick holding the footy.
Chris Mitchell, you had a great view of that one for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, he was sort of retreating goalward, but he maybe could have handballed it to himself, but he didn't have any options, kept hold of it, and it was a great tackle.
So Bice, much needed goal here for the Albury Tigers if he can kick it panned up. He's going to kick this one from 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
The Roos have kicked 2 of the last 3 goals, Gussie.
So Riley Bice, he's already kicked 1 today. The young left foot up, he steps up to the plate, he's given it a fair roost and he's kicked it. The Tigers, they move to 6-3, the Roos 6-8 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Boundary side, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, it's a real arm wrestle, this one, goal for goal, and 2 in a row for the Roos, and let's see if the Tigers can bounce back with 2 of their own.
22 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock in this second quarter. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
That was their 6th inside 50, Albury, but Corowa-Rutherglen have had 18 this quarter, boys.
There we go, 18 inside 50s for 2 goals. Probably not enough. So Peter German will no doubt address that at half time. A 5-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen here. We've got a beauty here on Easter Saturday. Where else would you rather be than Corowa-Rutherglen? Beautiful part of the world. Conlon out of the middle of the ground for the Tigers. Sends them up towards half forward. Howard for the Roos just overran the footy. Taylor went back in there for the Roos. Went back to hand. Oh, they've been wrapped up there in a big tackle. Great pressure. The Tigers weren't holding the ball. Page it was with a tackle. We've got a ball up inside forward 50 for the Albury Tigers. Gus McLeod, Blake Panner-Escott with you. And the Grey Motors.
Page went up in the ruck and the Roos got a clearing kick. But Bryden Hodgson read it beautifully at centre half forward. He plays on to 55 metres. Winds up with a long bomb to the top of the goal square. Cody Howard with a Petters Albury marker today. Really courageous from the back pocket player for the Roos, and he takes a nice strong intercept mark, and we'll look to slow things down here as we trickle into time on in the second quarter. He lowers the eyes and switches across the ground, puts Hansen under the pump, but he evaded traffic nicely, did the Roos skipper. Links up with Cushett, the kick had too much on him as Hayes concedes a boundary throwing. Just forward of the right half forward flank for the Albury Tigers, 44 plays 39 the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Chris Mitchell for the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel. I reckon Hansen was pretty lucky not to get caught holding the ball there.
Yeah, he was. It wasn't a great kick from Cody Howard. Gave him a fair job to do, but it just dropped in front of him, and he managed to get rid of it before he got caught.
So Carroll for the Tigers did a 360, but somehow dished a hand pass out to a teammate. Inside forward 50, the Tigers go. It's a shallow entry. Broadcast swing here at the John Ford Oval. Grantham didn't know what to do with it for the Roos. He gave it to a man under pressure, and Howard. Good pressure here from the Tigers. Bice went hard at Jared Hatton, and we got a boundary throw in 40 out from the Tigers goal. They trail by 5 points. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, Fletcher Carroll, boys, has been really good. I said he was a bit quiet start to the quarter, but he's had the 7 this quarter.
I said stuff you, Dan Vaccaro.
Who?
Fletcher Carroll.
Fletcher Carroll.
Did I say it right?
No, you got it right. Not Fletcher Carey, like Panda might have called him. Throwing a few eyes on the end of it.
I'm forgetting my L's. I've gone Carey.
And speaking of Fletcher Carroll, right on cue. Free kick holding the ball. He's got it 50 metres from home, tied up on the boundary line in a congested forward line to kick to. Lowers the eyes, chip kick to Conlon. I thought that was at 10 metres at best, Panda.
Yep, but it was a good mark from Conlon, and he's marked 45-degree angle. He's going to have to kick this from the paint, right on 50. He's already got one in this quarter, Gus.
What I didn't like with his first set shot on goal, at the other end of the ground, he arced. He's normally better off running in straight as a die. So Conlon, as the siren sounds for half-time, right foot kick on the way, not his best. He's going to miss the lot, Jacob Conlon. As the siren sounds for half-time, Corowa-Rutherglen 6-8-44, the Albury Tigers 6-3-39.
Yeah, a good quarter, a 5-goal second quarter after there was a 6-goal first quarter. So we've had 12 goals kicked in this beautiful day here at the John Ford Oval. Corowa-Rutherglen taking on Albury. It's a 5-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen. When we come back, we'll have the halftime show. Dan Vaccaro and Chris Mitchell will bring you all the action. 15-6-6-3-E and 14-94-2-AY. It's the Tigers and the Roos. A tight battle here. We'll be back with a halftime show right after this. And on live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between. Manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
And tonight's alive. Mike's on. You mic's on, guys. Mike's on, guys.
Hello?
There we are.
Can you hear me?
We've got you. You're live. What's going on, guys?
Can you hear us, Geddies?
We had you, but I had you just then.
Hello, Trent.
Yeah.
Hello, Trent. Can you hear me?
I've got you.
Are we on air yet or not?
We were on air.
Are we back on air now?
I'll pop you to air now. Okay.
Have you got
Can
us?
you
Hear Chris?
Yeah, I can hear.
Talk, Chris. I can't hear Chris through that.
I can't hear you either.
That's because
That's better.
That's because that was on.
That was off, was it?
Yeah. You're right now. You're right now. Yeah. Can you hear me?
now, then.
Go bring in now. Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to O&M Live. We're at the John Ford Oval for the big clash between Corowa and Albury. We've had a few little gremlins in our system. We apologise for that. It's a half-time break brought to you by Elders Rule.
Inside 50s Corowa, probably
what are you seeing so far? It's a 5-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen.
Yeah, such a tight battle, Chris. Like, both teams are just really, really good. The inside 50s, Corowa have probably dictated the game more, I'd say. They've had 10 inside 50s more, so they're up to 31, and Albury have had just the 21. So definitely playing on their terms. Their midfielders, you got the Damo and Cam Wilson have been fantastic. So Cam Wilson's had the 19 touches through the middle, and his brother Damo's had 14. They've been fantastic, and big Bradke, he's been great as well.
And Damien Wilson also went off injured. We think it was a bit of a concussion test, went down to the rooms and was down there for several minutes, but came back. And still had a bit of an influence on the second quarter there?
He did. He came back probably about 10 minutes in, I'd guess. He only had 3 touches that quarter, but he had such a great first quarter, and he's just such a bull in their midfield and their engine room. So thank God he wasn't off for too long.
It's been down on the boundary. It's been a really tight contest, specifically in the midfield. You've got Gaynor, Fletcher Carroll's been really good. McMenamin, we've had Unthank has been really good on his left foot. Young Tiger there, and the young Tiger's really taking it up to Cole, who probably have more experience.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. I really like that Unthank. Booming left foot, Stewie Jew type. I know you don't like to hear that name too much, but I thought he's been really good. Fletch Carroll's been fantastic. So he's had the 17, and he had the 8 that quarter as well. I really like the arm wrestle in the middle. I think it's just so head to head at the moment. It's really, really close, and I can't wait what the second half's got in store for us.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, isn't it, that you do touch on the second half, and what would the coaches change at half-time? Obviously, Tom McGrath stepping in for Anthony Miles and Luke Daly, the co-coaches at Tigerland, who are unfortunately serving a COVID isolation period, so we hope they're back, and they should be back next week, but very interesting, Tom McGrath taking the reins. At quarter time, he wasn't too disappointed with his charges. They were slightly down on the scoreboard, but he wanted to change a few things technically. He wanted them to kick a bit longer into the forward 50. We probably saw that a little bit more. Jacob Conlon playing quite high up the ground, and that played really well into the open forward 50.
Yeah, absolutely did. They different sort of team to what they were in the first quarter. They were definitely going long a little bit more. What I think is going to happen in the second quarter is the midfield rotation.
Watching the game at home is good.
You're going to have blokes that don't always go through there. And whether that is a little unthanked for 2 or 3 minutes, or whether that is Duncan, or as Panda calls him, Dunky, and whether that's for just a few moments as well. And he's been fantastic too, might I add, off half-back. But there might just be some abnormalities in their normal midfield rotations come the second half. A few boys came off and they were puffing. I saw Jake Page over there. I reckon he might have had a sneaky little spew too. So,
well, you'd know all about that.
Yeah, we're not going to touch on that. We're not going to touch on that, are we? But no, it's a hot day, so you'll see players that don't usually go through there soon, I think.
Yeah, he was touching a great point there. It is a really hot day out in the middle, and I think that sort of played into both sides' hands a little bit. They tied, as those quarters were on a little bit, and we saw some tired bodies and some missed opportunities there. But a great start by Corowa. They're up by 5 points here at the Elders Royal halftime break. What about around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's pool? I'll get you to have a quick look at that, Dan. We've got obviously the Wangaratta and Wodonga clash. Wangaratta really set the world on fire in this opening few rounds of the season. They've obviously put the Tigers to the sword in their first game and absolutely thrashed their arch rivals in the Rovers last week as well. But how is Wangaratta going up the highway at Wodonga?
Just trying to get that now, boys. It's just taking its little bit of time, the connection out here.
And obviously AFL's got some games going as well. I'll try and have a quick look at that. But obviously the Cats and the Hawks, we could talk about that all day. That's tomorrow, isn't it?
We can. Yeah. Yep.
Have you got a score from Wangaratta there for us?
I'm just
still trying. The reception here in Corowa is not great. And obviously nearly 2,000 people here as well, probably all on their phones. Plenty having a kick of footy on the ground there as well. But
I'm absolutely impressed by the crowd turnout too, Mitchie. I think you called it before, about 2,000 people out here. So it's awesome. Great feeling. And people are just happy to be back after the horrid 2 years that we've had with COVID. Yeah. The locals are just loving it. There's so many people here, and there's a lot of Albury folk that have travelled down the highway as well.
Yeah, there is. Where else would you rather be on a beautiful Easter Saturday than right here along the banks of the Murray River at the John Ford Oval in Corowa? Massive clash between the Tigers and the Roos. Plenty of riding on it, but we will go around the grounds a little bit. We've got some AFL updates in case you're interested for around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World. It is the Saints leading the Suns by a straight kick, and that's what I said the Roos would win this one by. I'm sticking to it. Yeah. They're 5 points at the moment. They could go either way in this second half, but we're pretty excited to see how it's going to turn out. Every game we've covered here at Coral has been quite an exciting finish. We're hoping this one turns out the same.
I absolutely hope so. I might be the good luck charm, I think, for tight games. Round 1 was Merton Rovers, which was a point, was it, or 2 points, and then the next game was just a kick as well. So
there's a couple of 3-point ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the third one here, and it's gonna be a ripper. So pumped.
And obviously. Tomorrow in Mulwala there's a massive game as well between Lavington and Yarrawonga. It's a tipster's nightmare, that one. Obviously Yarrawonga had a really great win away to Wodonga Raiders last week, who many have tipped to continue their form and finish in the 5. But Yarrawonga's recruited really well. I think Harry Wheeler might be out tomorrow. We heard it here first, and would be a big out for their engine room there. But the Pigeons nearly on the home deck, not quite, across the river there at Mulwala, but a great deck there, the Murray League side, and obviously a tennis tournament going on at JC Low Oval, so that is out of action, but a huge game there, and they usually do. It's usually those two, the Panthers and the Pigeons, at Easter.
It's going to be a good game. I don't know who to pick. As you said, it's a tipster's nightmare, but I'm really bullish about Yarra. I really like who they've recruited. I've actually got them in for the top 4 this year, so I really, really like what they bring to the table. Obviously, Gibbons is that main one that's going to bring so much class and talent to their midfield as well. He was only on an AFL list 10 months ago, so he played 16 games for Carlton, so imagine how good he's going to be at just 26, 27 years old too.
Yeah, well, he'll have his first game, and probably could still be on an AFL list had another club giving him an opportunity. But great to have Mick Gibbons playing his first game for his new club. Obviously a previous Lavington player, I believe, back in the day before he went to VFL and won 2 JJ Lister medals as the best player in the VFL, the secondary competition to the top leagues. But obviously obviously around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World. It is the Wang Magpies doing the job comfortably against Wodonga at half-time. It is 15-3, 93. Wangaratta leading the Doggies, who were scoreless in the second quarter, 3-2-20. So a big lead there. We haven't got the goal kickers, but we presume the likes of Reid and Newton would be right amongst the pigeons there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's they're going to be tough to beat this year, Wang. They've come out of the blocks absolutely firing these first 3 rounds for sure.
And yesterday, Good Friday clash at the the WJ Finlay Oval between the Wang Rovers and Wodonga Raiders. First win, I think it was for the Rovers. Obviously, 3-point losers at Myrtleford round 1, then got the reality check against their arch rivals, the Magpies, but bounced back in great fashion. They beat the Raiders 20-13, 133. To 13-5-83, the Raiders.
Yeah, Rovers got their first win of the year, which would have been a massive relief for Kreza and his boys. But I also think, I just want a little bit of a shout-out to Raiders. They had 15 players out of their senior list out yesterday. And they still put up some sort of a showing, I guess, against Rovers. They went down pretty proud. Reasonably honourable loss there. And they had, you had your leaders out. You had Brad St. John, who's an absolute star as well, out and whatnots too. But, yeah, look, Rovers had to win that. They couldn't go into the season 0-3. Well. Yeah, Kreza would be happy as Larry with that.
Yeah, a great win on their home soil there for the Rovers, and obviously interesting. We've got the next couple of weeks for these two clubs. Obviously today at Corowa, but next week for Corowa they're away to Wangaratta, a twilight game. So a really interesting one there. If they do win this one, they'll be 3-0 and right amongst the pigeons there in finals contention, and a great test, obviously, against the premiership contenders.
Yeah, you said it, mate, and they've got to win today, basically, especially if they're playing Wang next week, which is, look, it's going to be tough. They really got to get over the line today against Albury. This is the best opportunity Corowa have had in the last couple of years against Albury, with just a few of those players out there missing that little bit of class and a little bit of leadership. Corowa could do them. Be great to see.
Obviously, Albury bounced back last week with a 48-point win against Wodonga, but missing heaps of talent today. They'll likely be back next week, and they've got North Albury it is, so you'd probably pencil them in there for another win.
Yeah, you do. They're going through a little bit of a tough time, North, so they've got to go out and show what they're made of, but yeah, you'd imagine they'd get over the line pretty easy against North.
Well, this is the Elders Rule half-time break. We're going to go to another short interval, and we'll be back with all the second half action here on O&M Live. On O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Carlton 0. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
This one thanks to Agboss in the third quarter, back in the middle of the ground, and players underway here in this third quarter. Jake Garnell has been really good. Hand pass to Kelly, but Kelly just tapped it. Here come the Roos through the middle of the ground. Good evading work there from Jai Lane. First inside forward, 50 to the Roos. Robinson flew high. Wilson was really good in defence. Ball 20 metres out from goal. Running onto what I think was Filiponi, and Filiponi's kicked a sun-jammed goal that they contender right in front of the Roos faithful down there in front of goal. He did a big fist pump, Chris Mitchell, and that's Filiponi's second.
Yeah, I couldn't have called it any better, Panda. That was brilliant and very excited there in front of a bunch of Roos supporters, but read the fall of the ball beautifully and got his toe to it, and a great start by the Roos.
The hot start that they needed, 7-8-50, the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos, the Albury Tigers, 6-3-39.
In fact, it was his first because he's kicked 3 behind. So,
correct.
But he's been lively down there, Gus. He's been almost their best forward.
Absolutely. If not one of their better players on the ground, Panda. Impact player in game 150 for the club he loves dearly. Give that one to Kelly out of the ruck, links up with Fletcher Carroll. Clearance for the Tigers. Inside forward 50. Conlon's the target. Brings it to ground level. Kicks on the left boot, not his best. Trickles towards the boundary line. It goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in deep in the forward pocket for the Albury Tigers. Well, the boundary throw-in. We've played 1 minute on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Great to have your company on O&M Live. 15-6-6-3 and 14-94 2AY. Here's Conlon. Kicks it out of the contest. Up and under kick. Contest forms. Players have numbers. Jones in towards space. Links up nicely. Here's McGrath for the Albury Tigers. Gets around one. Left foot kick to the top of the goal square's okay. Lucas Common at full forward. Trying to find Bice. Gets around one. Riley Bice shimmies and shakes. His handball was poor. Conlon got a clearing kick. Is it through for a goal?
Yep.
You bet it is off the goal line. Lucas Conlon. We saw him play full forward for Griffith, Panda, and now he swap roles with brother Jacob. The Albury Tigers get a quick response on the Peter Bowen Home scoreboard.
Yeah, just for 40 winks, boys. Albury have started really good out of the centre. They've had the 2 clearances of this quarter.
Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. I'm not even sure Riley Bice knew what he was doing down there, but somehow he made it work.
Yeah, it was a bit of a skirmish in the goal score, wasn't it? When he threw the boot at it, and just went through a few sets of players' legs, I reckon, and threw the big sticks. But 2 in a row, great start to this third quarter.
We've had 2 goals inside 2 minutes, and it's back to a 5-point ball game. Wow, we got a beauty here on 15-6-3 and 14-94 2AY. O&M Live action this third quarter, all thanks to Agboss. Back in the middle of the ground, Bradke couldn't get the tap down. Kelly with the clearance, inside forward 50, the Tigers go. Bice just plucked up and marked that one 40 metres out. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. It was like he was the only one that wanted it, he just floated in.
Yeah, beautiful player, and he's obviously going to find Conlon against Cushit.
He's played on and he's gone to Jacob Conlon, who's marked 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle on Cade Cushit. Isn't Riley Bice a hell of a player, Gus McLeod?
Arguably the most crucial player to the Albury Tigers in their lineup, Panda. He provides such great support between the arcs. He's damaging in front of goals, and his vision for Conlon was just sublime.
So he had a shot from a similar spot in the first quarter, and he faded it out to the right. Make no mistake, the Albury Tigers with the last 2 goals of this game, and Jacob Conlon with his second. And now the Tigers lead by 1 point on the Peter Bowen Home scoreboard.
Really good play there from the Albury Tigers. Dan Vaccaro, the inside 50s to start the third quarter.
2-1 boys in favour of Albury, but the centre clearances again, they've had 3-0. You can see definitely a change in their midfield.
Great to have your company on 14.94 2A White. It's a 1 point lead to the Albury Tigers.
3 goals in 3 minutes in this third quarter, Gus. All the threes.
All the threes, Panda.
There you go.
There you go.
What a hot start we've had.
Third quarter action for Ag Boss. You're listening to O&M Live. As the footy goes aloft once again. Kelly to Carroll, links up nicely. Carroll gets it on once again. I thought he threw it. Umpire said nothing in it as Grantham gets a kick inside forward 50. Good spoil from McMenamin at the back of the pack. Working hard nicely is Wilson. Handballs to Bryden Hodgson, who tries to slap it in towards space. Little chip kick from Marks over the top. Filiponi is dangerous in these positions. Filiponi gets a left foot kick, not much on it. Bryden Hodgson mops up with Michael Duncan. Now they link up with Wilson. Got to get rid of it. Great pressure from the Roos, and it's rewarded. Holding the footy against Jesse Wilson, and that is phenomenal pressure from Corowa-Rutherglen. The ball's in the hands of Bailey Pernag, who have a set shot 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Just good pressure, really good pressure. Robinson was down there, Filiponi. I reckon he was stiff not to get a free kick, Duncan, for a tackle there on Filiponi. But anyway, Bailey Pernag's going to line up right in front of us, Gus McLeod. You can ride this one home.
So he'll kick this one from 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. In comes Pernag. It's a bender, and it doesn't quite hold its line. It started out to the left and drifted late. And scores are level at the John Ford Oval. 7-9-51 the Roos. The Albury Tigers 8-3-51 on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard.
Kick out of defence. Grantham and Bice in a contest. Still 60 out from the Roos goal. Right in front of the commentary side. Bradke, his kick was smothered beautifully there by Will Unthank. Going in and winning the footy was Jake Gaynor. His hand pass has gone over the boundary line for a throw in. Yeah, it is. Isaac McGrath, I reckon, Jai Lane. I absolutely love it. Both teams hard on the line stuff. Gaynor, he was met hard on a big tackle by Lane. Jones, he can't shake off Grantham. He does a good job. Dished a hand pass out to Wilson on his favoured left foot. Up towards centre wing. Great mark by Lucas Conlon in front of Joe Hansen for the Albury Tigers. And they've got a chance here just to reset. He's got options inboard.
Hansen probably should have gone the fist there, Panda, as Conlon kicks long down the line. Lucas trying to find Jacob, and it falls in his lap. Jacob Conlon from 55 metres lines up, and he pushes it across the face, a goal for a minor score. The Tigers regain the lead, 8-4-52 to the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos, 7-9-51. That's on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Lane's going to kick out from fullback, Panda, and he's going to chip into the pocket nicely.
Dan Vaccaro, what do you got for us for 40 winks?
Just early for Albury boys. All their main boys are getting their hands on the footy. Fletcher Carroll 2, Riley Bice 2, and Gaynor 2 as well.
Cam Wilson, his numbers please for 40 winks.
This is his first touch of the quarter, but he's had 20 for the game, boys.
There you go, 20 and a half pretty much isn't bad. He's got it riverside of the ground at half back. Crowd up around 2,000 here at the John Ford Oval. Beautiful Easter Saturday conditions. And we've got a beauty here on O&M Live. A 1 point lead to the Tigers. Cody Howard's going to mark at right half back for the Roos. He's got options inboard. Spencer leads. That one's ignored. He goes out wide to Hansen with a dainty little kick. Joe's been pretty good today, the captain. So the Roos still at half back here. We've had 3 goals in 3 minutes. In this third quarter, we've gone 7 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Hansen's kick was a beauty to Hatton, and the Roos looked like they got the switch on, Gus McLeod.
Hatton's kick wasn't his best, but Cushett made it look all right. Right foot kick to the half-forward line's beautiful. And here's Bill Hansen. Well held up by Jesse Wilson. He's too far to score. He's the former Ovens and Murray under-19 captain, so he pops it up in the Robinson direction. On the second bite of the cherry, the Tigers have numbers, mopping up nicely. McMenamin, Duncan, good pressure. They concede a minor score, rush behind. People appealing for deliberate, Panda, but little do they know, we don't play that rule in the Ovens and Murray.
I didn't know that.
Scores are level at 52 apiece on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard.
Jake Gaynor's numbers, please. Stan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Third this quarter and 13 for the match.
There we go. So he's been prolific. He always finds a teammate. His kick, though, on that occasion didn't. I put the Moz on him. Cody Howard's marked on true centre wing for the Roos.
He's got very good today, boys.
He's been really good. He had a good game in round 1, had 26 touches. Max Taylor just couldn't grab the ball. He's been wrapped up. Big tackle. Jake Page is going to get pinged holding the ball. The umpire says, give it to me. Oh, He,
No, I thought that was fair.
I reckon
he had possession for about half a second, Panda.
He juggled it. Anyway, ball up right in the middle of the ground. It's scores are even here on O&M Live. Third quarter action thanks to Agboss.
Gaynor's handball was nice towards Fletcher Carroll in the centre of the sports ground. And kicks out wide, trying to link up with Bice on the half-forward flank. He lost his footing at the crucial moment. Got rid of the ball. Bill Hanson comes in for support for the Roos. Robinson, right foot kick down the line in towards space, trying to find Damien Wilson. Happy to concede a boundary, throw in this McMenamin.
Great pick up by Bill Hanson, made something out of nothing, and the Roos gained some territory.
Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Damo Wilson, Jai Lane and Jared Lane yet touched the ball this quarter, boys, so they've got to get moving.
There you go. Great stat there for 40 winks. That boundary throw-in is going to come in again. We'll go around the grounds thanks to Mr. Stowe's pool. Very soon we'll get Dan Vaccaro on that one for us. Going about 9 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Scores are even. Going in and trying to get a possession there was Hanson. He's been pinged holding the ball. Great tackle there for the Albury Tigers. That's Zach Bye. Great to have him back, Gus McLeod.
That it certainly is. St Kilda 62-39 around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World Panda.
Well, now Matt Rouse going for my super coach.
Couldn't care less. Jake Gaynor, free kick for a push in the back. He flopped that one a little bit high, Panda.
He did indeed.
And a bit of lip, I reckon, on the way through.
Yep,
50 metres. So this will bring the Roos within range of an attacking play, you feel. Ill discipline from the Tigers. Bill Hanson lowers the eyes, little kick, nice one to Cam. Wilson, long, in towards the Stasi, who collected the point post like Lee Matthews did. Chips back into space. Contest at ground level. The Tigers have numbers and they bomb it out of their D50.
Yeah, they do. Here's Jeffy Garlett. He's been really quiet, but he's got an absolute paddock in front of him with a John Ford oval. His kick back inboard towards Conlon is a really nice one. He's 70 from home. Inside forward 50 looking for his brother. In fact, no, it was Jones down there resting forward. Great mop-up work there by Cody Howard for the Roos. His kick's a beauty. Darcy Melksham with the ball sit for him. He's been wrapped up in a big tackle by Riley Bice. Well done, Melksham. He got a hand pass out. Caelan Bradke's marked on true centre wing for the Roos. His scores are even here in this third quarter thanks to Agboss.
True centre wing broadcast side. Caelan Bradke calling for some troops long down the line in support, and that's where he goes. Robinson's the target. He goes up uncontested, I should say, and brings it to ground level. Working hard nicely as Sears. Unfake handball over the top. Nice opportunity here for McGrath. Left foot kick down the line's a beautiful one in towards space, and Zach Sears is off to the races. He's well held up nicely by Howard. Handball's inboard. Page got taken eye away from the footy. Howard mops up with Grantham. Links up nicely. Jared Hatton got to get rid of it. Free kick holding the footy. It's going to go the way of Conlon, who plays on at true centre wing.
Yeah, he's going to send this one long inside forward 50 to his brother Lucas. Lucas Conlon marks a beautiful kick. Chris Mitchell boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, they're actually looking for each other when they find the footy, and great coaching move, I reckon, to have both Conlons in the forward 50 at the moment.
It's a sensational move, I think, by Tommy McGrath and the crew from Albury. They're not needed at the defensive end, so why not stick them forward? Dangerous up there together. Lucas Conlon. He's probably 10 metres out from the boundary. He likes it off the boot. He snuck it through for a Sunjan goal that A contender. Lucas Conlon with a great finish, and the Tigers, they've got the last 2 goals of this game, and they now lead by 1 major on the Peterborough home scoreboard. Gus McLeod.
Great football there from the Conlons. Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Jakey Gaynor for Albury boys has been fantastic. He's had the 4 this quarter, but I feel like he's been really effective just off that half-back line.
That's his second goal, Lucas Conlon. So both Conlons got a couple apiece, Gus McLeod.
Lucas Conlon won the goal kicking in the Riverina Football League 2019.
There you go.
He's a full forward by nature. As the Tigers lead this one by a kick. Bill Hanson with a clearance. It went straight into the hands of Page. Left foot kick up towards the half forward line's a good one. Trying to find McGrath. Brings it to ground level. Coming through nicely. The Tigers have numbers. Carroll was taken without the footy. Umpire said nothing in it. Football at ground level. Pinballing around. And we should ball the footy up on the left half forward flank favouring the Roos.
They've kicked the last 3 goals, the Tigers. They trailed by 11 points 30 seconds into this third term. 12 minutes in there. They lead by 1 goal. Jared Lane. Not sure if that was a hand pass. Just tapped it out. Page went in there and he just hand passed it to space. Gaynor went without it but goes back in. Was he grabbed high? Umpire says no, over ball up, 55 out from the Tigers goal. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, just Corowa can't get their hands on the footy. Their main ball winners, Damo, Wilson, Dry Lane, still haven't touched it.
13 and a half minutes gone. Third quarter action for Agboss. Give that one to Robinson out of the ruck. Coming through with Sears, dispossessed by the Roos. Lane, that's Jai. Kicks to centre half forward. Balls at ground level and the contest forms. McMenamin, nice left foot kick up towards the half-back flank, I should say. And Page marks, broadcast side, kicks long down the line. It's a good one. A nice mark here by Scott. Wants to play on, use the corridor. Some pressure came as he kicks the centre half forward. Flying high with Sears, brought it to ground level. And here's Taylor for the Roos. Handball's over the top. He's got Hatton in space. Nice little handball from Hatton in towards some traffic. Shield left it behind. The Tigers have numbers. Gaynor gets around one. Handballs to Garlett. Hodgson inside forward 50 towards Conlon. Bit too much on it. The Roos have numbers through Joey Hansen.
Yeah, Hansen's been wrapped up by McGrath. Liked his game, but he rushed it through for a behind. And the Tigers now lead by 7 points. 9-5-59, Corowa-Rutherglen. 7-10-52. 14 gone on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes. Time clock, Dan Vaccaro quickly for 40 winks.
Yeah, the inside 50 count, boys, is dead even this quarter, but Albury have scored more, so 8 apiece.
Oh, the kick in from Joe Hansen made Pernag work, but it just sat for him. Kick in the middle of the ground, asking a lot of his teammate and Grantham. Well done there by McMenamin. Forced the turnover for the Tigers. Taylor Nugent got it, had to give it straight away. Filiponi with a beautiful one-handed hand pass, intercepting for the Roos. Inside 50 they go. Over the head of Marks. Damien Wilson's resting down there in the forward line, but Duncan sweeping up for the Tigers has taken a couple of bounces on true centre wing.
Mo River side of the ground, kicks inboard to a 2-on-1 contest. Jones provides support for the Albury Tigers. Handballs inbound. Bryden Hodgson, right foot kick to the half forward flank, trying to find Lucas Coleman. Well done. He tapped it back to himself, but couldn't quite regather the footy. 55 from home. He goes to Gaynor deep in the pocket to the top of the goal square. Gaynor from downtown has hit the stick. If we go to a point of the day for Sunshine County, you'd give it to Jake Gaynor. As the score moves to 7-10-52, the Roos, the Albury Tigers 9-6-60, and here come Corowa.
Yes, Strove's got an absolute paddock. He can take a bounce, goes inboard, beautiful looking kick to Bradke. So the Roos have moved this footy really quick. Bradke's really quick. Bradke's about 70 out from
He's got to hold it up, boys, because the Tigers have got plenty of numbers in the D50.
You're right, Chris Mitchell. Bradke's kick has found lane. He's only he's still about 65 out from goal.
Everyone in the forward line's knackered, Panda. They have to sprint to get there.
So he goes short to his cousin in Jared. So Jared's 55 out. He goes inboard looking for Wilson. Wilson over the head. He steadies from 30 in the pocket. Sunjan goal today from Cam Wilson. A banana in the pocket. Gus McLeod, what a finish that was there from Cam Wilson.
You can hear the Albury Tigers incredibly frustrated with their lack of defensive pressure, not manning up. Chriso, the Roos just worked harder and harder, and they earned that goal fair and square.
Yeah, they did. It wasn't a great kick from Jared Lane to try and find Damien Wilson, but as soon as it sort of went over his head, he saw Ben Kelly, I think it was, on the mark, and thought, I might have you here, and he went round and snapped a banana, and the Roos are back in this. They desperately needed that goal.
Yeah, 9 inside 50s now, Corowa to Albury 7, so they're starting to get on top this quarter. For 40 winks.
Breaks a run of 3 goals in a row for the Tigers, Gus.
Give that one to Bradke. Clearing kick from Lane for the Roos inside forward 50. Uncontested with Page. Should have brought it to ground level. Fletcher Carroll. Handballs over the top. Free kick. It's going to come back here for the Roos for a throw against Fletcher Carroll.
Bit of a momentum swing here, boys. The Roos have got the tails up again, and it's amazing how quickly that can change.
So it's going to come to Damien Wilson on the edge of the square. And he's just having a bit of a conversation with the umpire regarding where the mark is, because I reckon Damo loves a goal, but this is probably too far.
He's got to go a barrel from here if he's going to have any. He's 70 metres out.
Umpire calls him to play on. So he lowers the eyes and he finds his brother Cam. 60 from home in a very congested forward line for the Roos to kick into. With no key tool, they're going to have to find a low target. Robertson calls for it. He goes in the Robertson direction and he clunks it. Brings it to ground level where the Tigers have numbers. It's a clearing kick. It should come back fairly quickly. Cam Wilson marks. And there's still no one to kick to, Panda.
That's because there's about 40 blokes inside forward 50. Good luck finding a target. Oh, wow.
How's that, Panda?
That is a brilliant kick from Cam Wilson in a bit of traffic. He's found Strove. What about that kick? Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
He couldn't have kicked it any better. 45, it was probably about head height and an absolute bullet, and they're going to line up directly in front.
Wow. What a kick that was from Cam Wilson. Quickly, how many touches in this third quarter, please, Dan Vaccaro?
6 for the quarter, 25 for the match, boys.
Yep, he's going all right for the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Young Strove, 40 out directly in front, likes it off the boot, and the Roos have got a couple in a row, and they're back in front. Wowee, a 4-point lead to Corowa under the Peterborough home scoreboard, and a Sunjan goal today contender for young Ollie Strove.
Yeah, Bradke worked really his backside off to try and get in the 50 there, because they were pretty outnumbered there, just to give him another tall target. But it took the attention away from the centre of the ground there, and Struve found himself all alone, and beautiful kick there by Wilson.
Third quarter action on O&M Live for Ag Boss. If you just joined the broadcast, great to have your company. It's Gus McLeod, Blake Pander-Escott, Chris Mitchell and Dan Vaccaro with you as the football goes up in the middle of the John Ford Park once again. Bill Hanson, clearing kick to centre half forward for the Roos. Nice strong intercept mark by McMenamin. Slows down, right foot kick up the line, trying to find Blomley. Good contest from Hatton. Lost his footing at the crucial moment. Blomley had a lot more time than what he thought. Gaynor links up nicely with Fletcher Carroll. Goes backwards to goes forward. Page, left foot kick up and under. Lucas Conlon provides a good contest. Ball's at ground level. Conlon in towards space. Nice little kick there from Blomley towards the top of the goal square. Conlon's the target. Conlon flies ground level. Garlett. Blomley. The Tigers have numbers. Here's Scott. Right foot snap. He's kicked up. Point. Anti-climax here on O&M Live from Scott. He had a lot more time than what he probably thought there, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, he did. He found himself directly in front and obviously chose to snap. He just snapped a little bit too far, but great build-up work by Blomley, who did the work on the boundary line here and then kept running, and a great forward 50 entry there for the Tigers.
A mark of the day contender from Jesse Wilson. He flew above the pack and read it like a book. Gaynor regathers the football. What about that mark, Dan Vaccaro, for Jesse Wilson?
He got up.
Higher than Joe Cocker, some would say. Handball in towards space. Carroll. Left foot kick to the top of the goal square. And it's a good mark taken by Conlon. 45 metres out direct on a 45-degree angle, Chris.
Yeah, sorry, Gus. He has the skills there on his wrong foot, non-preferred foot, tight against the boundary of Fletcher Carroll, and finds Conlon on the chest, mind you.
Mark of the year contender too.
Absolutely. So Conlon will have to kick this one 45 metres. And he starts his approach 10 metres off the boundary line. Jacob Conlon kicks on the way. That's why he's a Doug Strang medalist. Jacob Conlon, a Sunjan goal today from the big full forward. He's kicked 3. And the Albury Tigers really starting to work their way back into this contest. Some game of footy, Chris Mitchell for the Newie.
Yeah, it's a bit of a seesaw affair at the moment, isn't it? Anyone's guess, but 10-7, 67 to 9-10, 64. The Roos, they'll be looking for the next one. But the Tigers, they're finding answers where there's a few questions at the moment.
Before he winks too, boys, Jakey Gaynor's had his 8th for the touch for the quarter, and he's moved on to 18 for the game. He's been great this quarter.
Third quarter action on O&M Live, thanks to Ag Boss. And we've got a 3-point ball game. Great to have your company. We apologise for the technical glitch, but we're back on air. Clearing kick from the Roos up towards centre half forward, working hard. Bill Hanson, and so Scott. Handballs over the top. The Tigers have numbers. Greer crunching tackle. Free kick holding the footy. It's going to go the way of the Roos. They're just going to try and slow things down here a little bit. Regather some momentum. They kick long down the line. Kick's a good one. Mark's been taken. It's Bill Hanson, who's come back from Mooney Ponds. Inside forward 50. Uncontested. Jared Lane brings it to ground level. Filiponi handballs out in towards space. Wilson was taken in a big crunching tackle. Gaynor mops up nicely, handballs to Jones, and here come the Tigers.
Yeah, Jones through the middle of the ground. He's got Garlett in a bit of space at half forward. Garlett marks, plays on straight away. Conlon's leading for him, 20 metres out from goal. Ball just sits up, Cushit goes in there and hand passes to Taylor for the Roos. 30 metres out from defensive goal. He's ran into a bit of trouble and he asked a lot of his teammate and Howard, who was able to shrug off Bice. No, he wasn't. Bice wrapped him up in a big tackle. Goes in and wins the footy again. Hand pass to Blomley. Howard's wrapped him up in a big tackle. Was he caught holding the ball? Was he slung tackled? Who knows? We had a ball up 30 metres out from the Tigers' goal.
Didn't he?
Yeah,
he came down pretty hard.
Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. I reckon the Tigers wanted a free kick anyway. They got a ball up 30 out from goal.
They lead by 3 points, and we've gone 24 minutes in the third quarter. Inside the Tigers attacking 50. Taylor gets around Fletcher Carroll, inboard towards Grantham. Kick down the line looking for Robinson. Makes a good contest of it, runs into a brick wall. It's called Zach Bye. He makes a good contest of it. Boundary line beats all comers, and we go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Corowa 9-10-64. The Albury Tigers 10-7-67. That's on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro quickly for 40 winks.
Jai Lane for Corowa and Damo Wilson have just had the 2 touches this quarter, so well held.
Wowee, what about that jump there from Bradke? He flew high, almost speckied the ruck contest. Free kick, play on advantage. Jones with a don't argue. Inside forward 50 to Conlon. He's ripping this game apart, is Jacob Conlon at the minute. He marks 40 out on a 45-degree angle. Great advantage play. Alex Jones there, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, put it out in front of Conlon, and he's very hard to beat when he gets a little bit of separation from his defender. Yeah, not much Cushik could do on that occasion.
Kicked 3 goals for the game. Kicked a couple in this third quarter. So's his brother as well. It's the Conlon quarter. Comes in, 45 out, kicks good off the boot, and it's through for a Sunjan goal today. He's got his 4th, and the Tigers extend their lead to 9 points on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard.
Chris, it just seems to be the one matchup they can't quite sort down back for the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos is Jacob Conlon. Cushit probably covers in for speed, but around the ground, that's where Conlon's exposing him.
Yeah, I think Cushit would be pretty happy if he parked himself, pretty close to the goals because he's got his measure muscle-wise and strength-wise. But when he's got a bit of separation and those strong leads, and he's a beautiful kick for goal. It doesn't look like missing, does he? So, yeah, very hard matchup.
A 9-point lead favouring the Albury Tigers. We've played 25 and a half minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Robinson for the Roos, palmed it straight to Gaynor, who clears towards centre half forward. Howard's been good, so's this bloke. Sears to the top of the goal square, flying across the back of the pack, read it beautifully. Nice work by the Roos. They're going to switch the footy panda up towards the half-back flank, and if they can get the footy to lane, they're away.
Yeah, I think the intercept mark was from Shield. It was a beautiful mark. Ball goes over the line for a throw-in on that far wing, riverside of the ground, bathed in sunshine. A 9-point lead to the Albury Tigers. 11-7-73, Coro 9-10-64 on 2-0 White and 3-E. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
You'd be surprised, boys. The Albury Football Club have only had the 11 inside 50s this quarter to Corowa's 13.
Ball comes back into play. Lane, Jared gets a clearing kick up towards the half-back flank. Mopping up nicely is Michael Dunkey.
Been good today, Gus.
Has been
very good.
Donned with the new nickname by O&M Live. He kicks long down the line with his right boot towards a contest. Players jump up it for respective clubs. The boundary line should beat all of them. And we go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. Both clubs will be looking for a 3/4 time siren.
Yeah, I think the conditions have cooled off a little bit, Gussie, so it is perfect footy weather at the moment. But, yeah, obviously pretty early in the season, so plenty of cobwebs to get out.
26 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. The umpire's fallen over behind play, holding his hat as the siren goes. It's a 9-point lead at 3/4 time to the Albury Tigers. 11-7-73, Coro 9-10-64. It was a 4-goal quarter between the Conlon brothers, Gus McLeod. It was the Conlon quarter we've dubbed it here in this third quarter.
And not a bad one either, of course. They're both known for playing good footy at either end of the ground. That's going to be one of the things that Corowa-Rutherglen camp will look at the 3/4 time break is who the matchups are for the Conlons as we go into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, so they've turned a 5-point deficit at half-time, Albury, into a 9-point lead. We'll be back to wrap up the third quarter on 2-0 and 3-E. Stick with us. The last quarter coming up right after this break. You're on O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
And you might still lie. It's a 9-point lead to the Albury Tigers at the final change. The beautiful John Ford Oval. Lots of people out on the ground, I should say, both teams in their huddles. We've got a Dan Vaccaro for the Optus quarters best.
Yeah, just for 40 winks. Stats, boys. So Jakey Gaynor was the best for Albury that quarter. He had 10, and that took him up to 20 for the match. Alex Jones was really, really good as well. For Corowa, I thought Cam Wilson was still good. He had the 6 touches, still impactful. And then Jared Lane had 4 as well. I thought he was pretty good.
40 wink stats there, all thanks to Dan Vaccaro. 5 goals actually between the Conlons in that quarter, and Mitch Scott with a goal as well. So the Albury Tigers, they trail by 5 points at half time. They now lead by 9 going into the last change. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. Albury are out in their positions. Peter German holding in Corowa-Rutherglen. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. We'll get down to him again very soon. He's probably listening in.
He's having a bit of a sticky beak.
I think he is. He's listening in to Peter German.
Yeah, you got me, boys.
We got you, Chris O.
Jermo's still having a chat, and yeah, he's quite animated there before. He's still talking to his troops. Obviously, Albury's disappeared and taking their positions, but yeah, he wants them to play with a bit more strength. The Tigers, on the other hand, Tom McGrath, quite happy with them. They know they want to play on the wings, so and they know they have the legs to run over the top of the Roos, so that's where they're going to try and win this game.
Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. Just quick update on the conditions, Chris. A really favourable day for football. Not much breeze as we head into the last quarter.
No, absolutely perfect down here, boys. And Tommy McGrath is still one of the last Tigers on the ground here, and he's shaking his head at me. But I'd say he'd be pretty confident the Tigers have done their job and really took control of that third quarter. So I think it's all up to the Roos to try and answer those questions. And they're in front of the home crowd on Easter Saturday. They won't leave anything in the tank.
So what, Peter German and the Roos will get a fine here if they stay in this huddle any longer, Gus. He's still got them in there, just breaking away now.
It's been one of his traits. I still remember watching him on Channel 7's VFL coverage when he was coaching Coburg a few years back. Channel 7 had to extend the whole game's broadcast so Germo could get his address in. But I think the theme of this final quarter, which is coming up thanks to Bingley, is going to be momentum. Whichever team can jostle the most momentum in this last quarter will win this game of football, Panda. Every time we've seen goals, they've come in chunks. They've come in blocks, and if you can ride the momentum home here today, you'll come out on top.
Who are you picking, Chris Mitchell?
I think the Tigers at the moment. I'm going to reverse my decision earlier. Tigers by a goal.
Chris O's sticking with the Tigers. What about you, Dan Vaccaro?
Well, I've said Albury all game, boys, so I'm going to stay with them. Unlike you blokes, chop and change. So.
Gus McLeod, who wins from here?
The Roos come home with a wet sail.
There you go. I'm sticking with the Roos as well. It's been a topsy-turvy game all day. It's been an absolute beauty here on 2AY and 3NE's O&M Live. All thanks to McRae Motors. We're doing this fourth quarter thanks to Bing Lee. It's a 9-point lead to the Albury Tigers, 11-7-73, Corowa 9-10-64. We will chase some around the grounds as well, thanks to Mr. Stowe's Pool World, because we got Wodonga taking on Wangaratta. And that one is a 90-point lead to Wangaratta. Wowee. Gus McLeod on O&M Live as the fourth quarter gets underway.
50-50 in the ruck, but the Tigers emerge with the football, and it's Jones inside forward 50. Lucas Conlon with the first mark. Inside forward 50 for the Albury Tigers, and we spoke about momentum, Pam. This would be a great start.
It would. It's a shallow entry though, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel. I mean, I have to kick this from probably 52 metres, you'd say?
Yeah, I think they probably expected Jones's kick to go a bit longer, but yeah, it's dropped pretty short, and he's going to kick from about 45, I reckon.
Lucas Conlon kicks on the way. It's got the legs. Hot start for the Tigers. They've got 12. And they kick a very important goal under the first minute here on O&M Live, Panda. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Tigers.
What a start. You said then, Gus, that it's going to be, if the Tigers can kick the first or second, it'll almost break the backs of the Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club. They needed the first goal of the last quarter. And the Conlons boys, between them now, have gone the last 6 goals for the Albury Tigers, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, master coaching stroke, wasn't it, putting both Conlons in the 50 there. But yeah, one in the midfield there. Great clearance by Jones.
Anthony Miles will be watching the live stream at home, and I reckon Tommy McGrath's going to let him know about that coaching masterstroke, Panda.
And back in the middle of the ground, Gaynor was wrapped up in a big tackle, so a 15-point margin to the Tigers. What do Corowa-Rutherglen have to answer? Ball is cleared for the Tigers inside forward 50, going back there for the Roos. I think was Max Taylor who sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in. So they need the next Gus McLeod for McRae Motors.
Just some breaking news coming through, boys. I believe Damien Wilson is done for the day. Corowa down to 3 on the bench.
Well, wait.
It's going to be an almighty effort for them to come back from here. He's been ruled out with concussion. Bradke, clearing kick for the Roos up towards centre. Half forward, Melksham and Carroll do battle, and Carroll wins that one. He goes backwards to Wilson, who handballs out wide. Nicely to Duncan. Left foot kick trying to find Sears is a good one. On the right half forward flank, Murray River side of the ground. Wants to play on. Sells a bit of candy. Sears inside forward 50. Not his best kick. Howard's been great for the Roos today.
Yep.
Gaynor left it behind in towards the space. Cameron Wilson. The Roos across the half back through Taylor. Handball was poor. Intercepted by McGrath to the top of the goal square. Out of bounds on the full. And you just sense the Roos are starting to slip away a little bit here, Pan, and the Tigers starting to find their roar.
Great intercept there by McGrath, boys, and apparently he wants to be known as the Bont. So, you Tiger fans here, yeah, that's his new nickname.
He wants to be known as the Bont. Well, he's got a fair bit of work to do if he's going to get called the Bont on O&M Live, but I tell you what, he's had a pretty good game today and he moves well.
Panda actually said he wanted to be called James Brayshaw before the broadcast as well, so common themes amongst the Albury Tigers and O&M Live.
You want to be called Rex Hunt too, Gus? You think you're close with Rexy?
I'm probably more of a Brian Taylor resemblance in the physique departure, but we'll leave it at that, Panda. 64 plays 79 on O&M Live.
Joey Hansen goes short to Melksham. So the Roos need the next goal. If there any chance here, they trail by 15. Melksham's hand pass just put Hansen under a little bit of pressure, but Melksham kept running. Dainty little kick in the middle of the ground's a beauty, finds Bradke. Beautiful lead. Right in the
for the Roos, Panda.
Yep, right in the middle of the John Ford Oval between him and Cody Howard, I reckon. He comes out wide. Max Taylor just couldn't mark, but he's going to take off and he's going to try and take on McMenamin, and he does that. Good tackle, breaking tackle. He goes short to Cam Wilson. 40 metres out, he marks. Kicks to the top of the goal square looking for Lane. Down there, Filiponi was crunched. Taylor Nugent's going to rush this through for a point. I'm not sure. I reckon Cam Wilson could have went for goal there. Anyway, the margin is now 14 points to the way of the Tigers. Gus McLeod for McRae Motors.
Taylor Nugent kicks in from fullback. Nice kick, finds Gaynor. Inside 50s, Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, they've had 3 this quarter, Albury, so they moved to 27, and Corowa have just had the 1 this quarter.
Give 2 disposals to Jakey Gaynor as he kicks out wide, finds Hayes on debut. Been very gallant in the twos across the last 2 seasons. Hayes gets his chance at senior level and kicks nicely to Bice. Too far to score. On the left half forward flank, kick inside forward 50. Had a bit too much on it. Working hard to keep this one alive is Scott. Dribbles it off the ground. Across the face, a goal for a minor score from Mitchy Scott.
He's nearly had enough time to pick it up, I reckon, guys.
I think so. Chris Mitchell, the Albury Tigers, 12-8-80. The Corowa-Rutherglen Roos, 9-11-65 on the border carpet scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, just a quick one, lads. Jakey Gaynor's had 4 already this quarter, and that moves into 24 for the match.
Repeating the news, Damien Wilson out with concussion for Corowa, so they're going to have to do it a man down here. They trail by 15. Taylor for the Roos goes down the line, broadcast side. No one marked that footy. Taylor Nugent's been wrapped up over the boundary line for a throw-in. Gets a little bit of push and shove, yeah, from Bill Hansen, who wants to go back in again. So Nugent almost ended up in the Corowa-Rutherglen bench. Boundary throw-in. Give that one to Kelly. Well done. Well, Damien Wilson's back out on the ground. So whoever gave us that mail,
it come from Corowa.
There you go. So he hasn't been ruled out. He's back onto the ground. Anyway, it's a 15-point margin to the way of the Albury Tigers.
I'll tell you who it come from. It come from the new general manager of the Toowoomba District Football League, David Wink. So, Winky, you've been sacked. Kicked by the Roos up towards the half-forward flank. The ball's in the hands of Marks, who kicks in towards the Bradke direction. Bradke on the lead. Too far to score.
Lane, boys.
Oh, it is Lane, I should say. How's me, Pot and Winky? I can't even get a bloke's name right. Lane, 55 from home, winds up with a left foot kick. It's long. It doesn't quite have the journey, and through for a minor score. I'm just going to text David Wink, let him know he needs to find a new lift home.
Yep, absolutely. So Damien Wilson hasn't obviously been ruled out with concussion. Anyway, 14-point lead here to the way of the Tigers. 12-8-80, Corowa 9-12-66. Big kick out of defence for the Tigers. Kelly and Bradke in a contest. A right half forward for the Tigers. McMenamin, well done there. Alex Jones with a clearing kick up towards half forward. Well done, mark there by Will Blomley. He's got Riley Bice on a lead for him. Kick wasn't great. Straight over the top of his head. Howard in the box seat. Well done. Went in by hand. He got cleaned up and a big bump there. I reckon that was Will.
Portable stuff, boys. Pretty late.
Yeah, was that Will Unthank on debut?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Stewie, maybe in the head, but he's standing, Howard. So
he absolutely crunched him. Did Will Unthank. Anyway, boundary throw in. Edge of the 50. Tigers end of the ground.
I don't know who's in charge of the concussions today, but there's been a few hairy incidents. Kick up towards true centre wing broadcast side. Taylor Nugent took a marker, was assisted with a falcon.
There's a free kick here to Corowa-Rutherglen.
The ball's in the hands of Ollie Strove. Wants to use the corridor, and he's got Melksham. This kid can run. He's got Fletcher Carroll holding his heels, but he kicks inside forward 50. Bradke! Superb work from Caitlin Bradke, took the mark on the lead Panda, and this is a must-kick goal if the Roos are to stay in it.
I tell you what, boundary side Chris Mitchell, that kick from Strove into the middle of the ground was an absolute bullet.
Yeah, there was two, and I thought the sun might have got in Melksham's eyes, but he also did a beautiful pass there, and yeah, the Roos are going to line up. Much needed goal, this one.
Bradke's already got two. He starts his approach from 25 metres out directly in front, and it's an 8-point margin at the John Ford Oval. The fourth quarter, thanks to Bingley, shaping up to be an absolute thriller. And the only place to catch it is here with us on O&M Live. Dan Vaccaro for 40 Winks.
Cam Wilson started well, boys. He's just had the 3 touches, but he's just having that impact out of the middle for Corowa.
Bradke up one end and Conlon's up the other, boys.
The next 2 or 3 minutes, boys, are going to be absolutely crucial. If the Roos kick the next, you just sense that wave might start to build for them, Panda. 72 plays 80, favouring the Tigers on the border carpet scoreboard.
Tell you what, it's the first time I've seen Caitlin Bradke live, boys, and I'm very, very impressed. Obviously heard a fair bit about him, good young kid, but tell you what, he is going to be a serious player in this competition.
Bowls very quick too, Panda.
Yep.
Bit scary almost.
Glad we don't play against him, Gus.
I do, so...
Does he play Div 5?
No, he played a game instead, grade. We'll leave it at that.
There you go, back in the middle of the ground. Good clearing kick there from Jesse Wilson up towards half forward. Great clean pick up there by Sears for the Tigers. He went back to Page. Handball missed Sears, but he had enough time to go back in. Pressure comes to the Roos. They force the turnover. Almost. Hatton's handball missed a teammate. Scott went in there for the Tigers. Hayes is still over the footy. Good, hard play, and we've got a ball up 70 metres out from the Albury Tigers goal. Just in between the centre circle and the centre square. Gus McLeod for McRae Motors.
Umpire throws it back up once again. Zach Bice been really strong today for the Tigers in the ruck. The Roos through Damo Wilson. We thought he was concussed, but he's back out there. Filiponi handballs in towards space. Blomley for the Tigers. Kick was smothered. Up and under. Nice work from Hanson. Taps it in towards a bit of space. Filiponi up and under kick, looking to find Nastasi. Flying high was Cushit. He's gone to fall forward. Struve dispossessed of the footy. Duncan for the Tigers. Little 1-2 with Page, and they're away, trying to find a teammate on this half-forward flank, working nicely as Bice. He got around Howard, and he kicked inside forward 50. Jacob Conlon. Good straight. Made a push.
Wow. Not sure about that, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Oh, the hands were in the back, so it depends how you want to adjudicate it, boys.
I thought he may have just edged him in the side. Anyway, he took a mark, and it's been reversed. And a free kick here to the Roos. They trail by 8 points. 10-12-72, Albury 12-8-80. It's on the border carpet scoreboard. We're on this fourth quarter thanks to Bingley. We'll go around the grounds very soon. Thanks to Mr. Stowe's Pool World. Kick goes down, sort of down the line, but it's now back in the middle of the ground. The kick from Struve for Corowa-Rutherglen wasn't great. It's come right across the ground, and Melksham had to run 30 metres to go and fetch it. His kick missed Pernag, just over around the footy. Nastasi goes in there and gets his jets on. Hodgson couldn't go with him. On a left foot, beautiful kick from Nastasi. That was a beautiful kick. Finds Grantham. Inside forward 50 isn't a great one. In fact, it was from Struve, and it's been intercepted by the Albury Tigers and Lockie Taylor-Nugent.
Around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World, the Wangaratta Magpies lead by 103 points. Garlett, true centre wing, Ovens, Murray River side of the ground, I should say, kicks inside forward 50. Howard, probably been the Roos' best. Kick inboard to Robinson on the edge of the centre square. Switches the football to the broadcast side of the wing, and he finds Melksham, lowers the eyes, kicks a beautiful looking one. Nice little kick towards Lane. This is Jai. Kicks okay to Marks. Has a chance to play on. Marks can go inside forward 50. It's in the direction of the forward line, but taking an intercept mark was Duncan. The umpire said it hit the deck, Panda.
Yeah, it did hit the deck. I tell you what, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel, he had options. I reckon he had Hanson on a lead, and he burned a few going inside forward 50 there.
Yeah, he did, and obviously McMenamin's coming off now, boys, so hopefully that's not too serious for the Tigers.
30 metres out from the Roos goal. They trail by 8 points. Clearing kick out of defence from the Tigers. Brunner went in there. Got a hand pass out. Well done, son. Jakey Gaynor just beeline the footy and he won it. Hand passed over the top into space. Page went in there. Blomley's been wrapped up in a big tackle. Caught holding the ball. Cam Wilson Great tackle. Darcy Melkson's played on with an advantage to Lane.
And here comes Lane in towards the top of the goal squares where the kick goes. A contest flies, ball at ground level. Working hard is Bill Hanson. Handballs backward. Contest. Clearing kick from Taylor Nugent. Trickles towards the boundary line. Going to try and keep it alive is Lane. Left foot kick. Kicks it back to where it come from. Inside forward 50. This is O&M footy at its very best. And helping it towards the boundary line. Nice work there from Ollie Strove. Will take a breath of the boundary throw-in 70 metres out from home.
8 points down, boys, but Corowa is throwing everything at them at the moment. This is their last roll of the dice.
Chris Mitchell down there doing great things on the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel. We'll check our stat sheet soon, thanks to 40 Winks, as the ball has been smothered there off the boot of Marks. Look at this for a contest. Wowee, Robinson went hard. Page over the footy. He's down. We'll watch that one. Joe Hanson's hand pass was smothered. Going back in there was Lane for the Roos. Grantham's been wrapped up in a big tackle. This game has really lifted. Pernag inside forward 50. Going back there was Wilson for the Tigers, marking on defensive line, and he comes out towards Brunner for the Tigers.
Page is still down behind footy, and he's holding his shoulder, which is a positive. You can take one from that. Romy for the Roos, the boy from Waganya, gets around one. Handballs to Melksham, who's going to slow things down here. Pressure comes nicely from the Roos. Kick down the line was good from Shield.
And Page is staying, oh no, he's just going to come off, boys, but he can move that shoulder, which is good news.
Cam Wilson kicked down the line trying to find Bill. Out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Blake Pander-Escott from the Cray Motors.
That contest between Robinson and Page was fair. They both
tough as you'll see.
Both of them just beeline the footy. That was fantastic. Page made it come off second best, but that was brutal Ovens and Murray footy at its best. Boundary throw-in. Here's Fletcher Carroll. He's taken a bounce up the wing, taken a second bounce. In fact, he's taken a third bounce. He's taken 4 bounces as Fletcher Carroll. Kick inside forward 50, looking for Conlon. Bice is down there, swings around on his left. Riley Bice goal bound. Is it going to bounce? It's going to bounce through for a point. A Shane Warne leg break, and the Tigers now lead by 9 points on the Peterborough home side on the Border Carpet scoreboard. Gus McLeod for McRae Motors.
A little bit of
what was going on down there with Jared Lane?
Well, he tried to make a bit of a noise. It was spook Fletcher Carroll who was coming through, but he was on the bench.
The Tigers fellas right in front of us is about 30 Tigers boys didn't like it.
They weren't happy at all. Here come the Roos. True centre wing, broadcast side. Nastasi. A little tap towards Robinson. He should have kept running, but he links up with Bill Hanson, who lowers the eyes, and he's got Marks on the edge of the centre square. Chip kick in towards space. Nastasi's got to fly. He brings it to ground level and applies a crunching tackle. Charlie Nastasi take a bow. He beat 3 versus 1. Ball's at ground level. Snap from Bradke. He's hit the post. Game on at the John Ford Oval. 73 plays 81, favouring the Albury Tigers. The next goal is going to play a massive role in this game. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, absolutely ripping game of footy, boys. I think we've been blessed this round. It's been a cracker and a great commitment. Physically, these guys are putting their body on the line, and it's great to watch.
Gus McLeod, Blake Pander-Escott with you, Dan Ficaro and Chris Mitchell for McRae Motors. This is why we love O&M live footy and netball. We've got a beauty here. Gaynor's tight in the pocket. He's got options down the line. It's Carroll. He's going to pump this up the centre wing. So Corowa-Rutherglen doing all the attacking here in this last quarter. Kelly couldn't mark, but he's got options inboard. Hayes, he puts on the boot and kicks it to space. Well done there. Spencer up against Conlon. Spencer punches it over the boundary line. Throw in. 16 gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock, and it's an 8-point lead to the Tigers.
Great to have your company on 1494 2A1 1566 3 and 8. I reckon we've got about 10 minutes to go in this final quarter. We've played 16 minutes as Kelly wins it out of the ruck contest, 40 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Struve's got to get rid of it. Handballs in towards space and gets a clearing kick away to Grantham. Up and under, losing his footing was Duncan. Nastasi wins a 2-on-1 in towards space. Brunner's there, not his best kick. Bill Hanson sits under the footy nicely for the Roos. Lowers the eyes. He's got Filiponi. Too far to score. Handballs in towards Melksham. The overlap's on. Lane. The handball was poor. Back to Melksham. They're in a paddock of space and it's a free kick. Talk us through that one, Chris. Oh, you saw it for the Newie.
A little bit hard to tell. I think it's going to go to the Tigers there.
I saw
it. But they were out, weren't they, the Roos?
Yeah, they had Kate Cushion in a paddock of space. I think Lane just met McGrath with a shoulder. So It's going to be a free kick here to young Isaac McGrath, who's been really impressive today once again, Gus McLeod.
Probably one of the best for the Albury Tigers, Panda.
Not sure whether he's a right or a left footer. He's a silky mover. Anyway, his kick up towards Bice. Beautiful mark at half forward. He plays on straight away to Page. Not a great kick. It's been intercepted brilliantly by Will Robinson at half-back. 17 gone on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. The Tigers by 8. Robinson's kick into the middle of the ground has almost been turned over here. In fact, it hasn't. Strove's hand pass has found its way to Marks. Well done there by young McGrath, who comes out to the broadcast wing and finds Carroll.
Fletcher Carroll, he wants to take the game on and he brings it down in towards centre half forward. Flying high is Conlon. On the second bite of the cherry, he couldn't quite mark it. Cam Wilson, Damien wrapped up in a big tackle, will ball the footy up 60 metres out from the Tigers' goal.
Just a quick one for 40 Wing stats, boys. Fletcher Carroll from Albury's had his 5th touch for the quarter. That brings it to 27 for the match.
Almost taken as many bounces as well. Exciting stuff here on O&M Live. Garlett, he's been a little bit quiet, but this is where he's dangerous. Bullet-like kick inboard to Bice. What a kick that was from Jeff Garlett. And Bice is marked. He'll kick from 50, tied up against the boundary, but the right side, Chris Mitchell for a left footer.
Yeah, he's pretty much in front of us, so you wouldn't put it past him. He's going to, kick from just inside the 50, and he's been a brilliant player today, Riley Bice. Been really impressed with his work rate, and his kicking is phenomenal. So, let's see what he can do with this one.
This makes it hard if he kicks it.
Yeah, it'll extend the margin to 14 points. So Riley Bice, 20 gone on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. He'll kick from 45. Kick isn't great. Hasn't made the distance. Top of the goal square. The Roos will rush this one through. So a disappointing finish there from Riley Bice. Hanson brings this footy in. Marked by Damien Wilson. So they've got to get it and go. They trail by 9 here. The Roos 20 gone on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. 4th quarter action thanks to Bingley.
Damien Wilson. Beautiful kick out wide to Marks. On the left half-back flank broadcast side. The Roos. They're going to keep fighting in front of their home fans at the John Ford Oval in Corowa. The Tigers playing a strong defensive zone as Marks tries to pick out a hole via lane. 2 Tigers flew up and they prevail with the football. Working really hard at the Tigers to go inside forward 50. Bice is the target. Bice takes the mark, brings it to the ground level. Hanson, this is Joe, kicks out nicely towards the half-back flank. Callum Spencer Marks.
Yep, they got about 5 or 6 minutes here, I think, the Roos, to do a bit of work. Bill Hanson.
Goals, don't they?
Yep, Bill Hanson's just ran onto the ground. Lane doesn't go there. He goes up towards centre wing. Robinson flew high. Gaynor stayed down. Was he pushed in the back? Umpire says no. Hand pass comes out here towards Filiponi. Quick little kick. In fact, it wasn't Filiponi because he's marked. Filiponi wheels around straight away, goes towards Hanson. Or was it Hanson or Cushitt? It's Bill Hanson. He's got Marks in a paddock. Marks is going to run into an open goal. Game on at the John Ford Oval. Marks has banged it on. What a game. 3 points. The Albury Tigers lead by Jason Marks goals. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, I thought they made a meal of it, but they had Marks in the goal score by himself there. But obviously they pushed the record-breaking man Cushitt forward as well, so give him another marking target.
If you just joined the O&M Live broadcast, the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos 11-13-79, the Albury Tigers 12-10-82. And we've played 21 minutes in the final quarter thanks to Bingley. Where else would you rather be on Easter Saturday than at the John Ford Oval with O&M Live? The footy goes up once again. Bradke's in the ruck and he brings it to ground level. Clearing kick from Lane up towards centre half forward. Good contest forms. Here's a chance here for Brunner. Left it behind. Cam Wilson got pushed in the back. Umpire said nothing in it. And he's going to play hole in the footy for the Tigers. Very, very stiff decision there. I thought Cam got pushed in the back. Didn't have prior.
I'd like to see them ones let go in the last quarter a little bit, Gus. The umpire's been brilliant today. But that is a big decision. All right, 3-point lead to the Tigers. 12-10-82. Corowa 11-13-79. 21 gone on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. Carroll's got the ball. Broadcast swing here at the Corowa-Rutherglen footy ground. He's going to pump it up towards half forward. Howard flew high. Couldn't mark. Garlett went in there. Went without it. Howard's hand pass found Lane. Boundary throw in right in front of the Albury Tigers box here. It's their end of the ground. Chris Mitchell right in front of you for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, it is. It's getting pretty nervy here for both sides. And, the next goal obviously going to win. But 3-point ball game. It's anyone's guess who's going to win this one.
The Tigers and the Roos on O&M Live. Bradke was held. Umpire said nothing in it. Gaynor's kick smothered off the boot. And it's still 70 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Garlett trying to crumb it. Bring his Tigers team into it. Gaynor sucked that one in. He dragged it into the umpire says, oh, gee whiz, he says, I'll ball it up. He says we'll ball it up.
Crowd's getting very loud, guys.
Very, very loud indeed, which is great on our ambience mics. There must be 2,000 here at the John Ford Oval. It's packed and it's great to see. Garlett's over this footy. Kelly as well. Carroll in there for the Tigers. And we're going to have another ball up at half forward, right half forward. Albury Tigers end of the ground. They're in front by 3 points. Gus McLeod for McRae Motors.
They need to get Hanson and Lane back on the ground ASAP, Rocky. Hanson, Bill around the contest. So's Hatton diving on top of the football is Duncan. Forces off a tackle. McGrath shimmies and shakes and just gets the footy inside forward 50. Bice is the target. Brings it to ground level. The Roos have numbers in support, but they're fumbling. Here's a chance in towards Gaynor. Taking a big bump off the footy. Umpire said nothing in it. Hatton was dispossessed. It's pinballing around, but it's moving quite slowly. We'll ball the footy up 40 metres out from the Tigers' goal. 24 minutes gone in the final quarter. The Tigers lead by 3 points.
This is very exciting stuff. The crowd's right into it. Both are very vocal, edging, cheering their team on.
Now, Panda, I don't know if you believe in fairy tales, but Cade Cushett's standing alone at full forward.
He is. There's only been three goals in this last quarter, and we played 23 minutes. Damien Wilson with a little grubble kick out of the pack. Finds Hanson. He's been impressive in this last quarter. His kick up towards centre wing, but it's 2-on-1. Wilson spilled a mark. He spilled a mark. He should have marked it. It was a chesty over the boundary line. Throw in. True centre wing of the John Ford Oval. 24 gone, and it's a 3-point lead to the Albury Tigers. Here's Gus McLeod on O&M Live. We've got a beauty, Gus.
Best game of footy you'll see at the John Ford Oval for the year. The footy comes back into play at true centre wing. Bradke got taken high and the umpire said there was nothing in it. The Roos are ferocious. It's a high. It's going the way of Corowa. Take a deep breath, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to go down to the wire. It's Cam Wilson. He wants to bomb it inside forward 50 towards Cushett. Ball at ground level. Cade Cushett emerges from the pack. Cushett kicks the goal. It's long. Just missed.
You were riding that one. I think everyone was riding that one home, Gus. Wow, that would have been some story.
A 2-point ball game favouring the Albury Tigers. 26 minutes gone. 25 minutes gone, I should say, in the final quarter.
He wanted to write his own script, didn't he, boys?
As Carroll marks in the back pocket, they're going to slow it down here, the Tigers. The last quarter went 27.5, Panda.
Can't be much longer because there's been 3 goals kicked in this last quarter. Carroll, he's just going to kick for hope. Up the wing, contest. Well done there by Lane, and Garlett, who's had some moments in this last quarter, lowers the eyes beautifully. Finds Alex Jones, who's marked.
Just need to hold the ball, the Tigers at the moment.
Chris Mitchell down there for the Newmarket Hotel. So Jones, edge of defensive 50, goes up towards centre end looking for Conlon. Tried to edge his opponent out under the footy. Over there on the footy is Sears. Going in was Brunner. Gaynor somehow wins it and just kicks the Tigers up towards half forward. They're going to want the boundary line here. Mitch Scott done well, gets around one, goes inside forward 50 for Brunner on debut. What a moment this has been. Siren! A big win for the Albury Tigers. A back against the wall sort of win for the Albury Tigers, and their crowd erupted. Gus McLeod, a big win by 2 points on O&M Live.
Heartbreak for the Roos is the theme of the game. They had their chance to go inside forward 50 and kick it, but the class and the polish of the Albury Tigers, it was Jones in that last 3 or 4 seconds. It was Riley Bice. It was the captain, Jake Gaynor, refusing to let that one go the way of the Roos. And if you ask for a better game of football on Easter Saturday, Panda, I'd challenge you to find one that rivaled that between the Tigers and the Roos. Albury victorious by 2 points.
What a game of footy on O&M Live. And you can see how much it meant to the Albury Tigers. They ran onto the ground, arms around each other. The whole crowd in front of us erupted. 5 of their best players out with COVID. Their coach watching on the live stream, both of their coaches watching on the live stream, and a big win to the Tigers. That could come back. You look at those wins at the end of the year where you have a few outgusts and you go, they're the sort of wins that set up your season.
A tremendous win, a gritty win and a gutsy win. The Albury Tigers will be the first people to admit, Panda, that wasn't pretty. But they got there in the end and they played gutsy, determined football to show that they're one of the perennial powerhouses of this competition, despite, pardon me, Panda, having 6 of their best out.
So I think Chris Mitchell is boundary side with Cade Cushett, who obviously broke the record for Corowa-Rutherglen in terms of games today. Chris Mitchell, have you got us there?
He's just waiting for Cade to shake hands. Chris, over the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, I've got the record breaker here. He nearly wrote his own script there with the match winner, but it wasn't quite to be, mate. You guys threw everything at it, just couldn't quite get there.
No. Disappointed. I guess we've just got to kick more goals at the training, don't I? Get better at it. But, look, we've improved, but still not there. There's more to go yet, so, yeah.
And personally, mate, it must feel pretty amazing to break the record. He's still got a few more years left, or is this it?
I don't know about a few more years. We'll get through this year first and then just see where we're at after that. But, no, look, it's good fun, good playing footy. You're with your mates every day. So.
And we're going to try and hunt down our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day as well. I mean, you and I probably have, and Christo, we all sort of put in for who we think was the best player. It's probably hard to go past Jacob Conlon, maybe with 4 goals. Gus, Jake Gaynor was brilliant as well for the Albury Tigers.
I thought Alex Jones was sensational as the midfielder today, playing that bull-type role. Michael Duncan was really good.
Riley Bice was brilliant as well.
I think a player as well that was probably not going to get the praise that others may give him. Zach Bice was brilliant in the ruck today for the Albury Tigers, and he really worked his way back into the game. We'll cross boundary side shortly. Chris Mitchell got the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Might have to walk and talk with the big fella. Jacob Conlon booting 4 goals of the Albury Tigers were victorious by 2 points.
Yes, we've got our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, Jacob Conlon. 4 goals, mate. You guys held on really well there in the end.
Yeah, it was a good battle for our boys, especially with 7 down, and we knew we were going to be up against it, but we had belief in every single bloke in this team that we'd get the job done, so it was a good fight.
The third quarter, you really stamped your authority on the game, and you were pretty confident you could run over them with your fresh legs.
Yeah, it was good that third quarter. We got a bit of a run on. Mitchell one that started winning the ball out of there and was coming in clean, so it's nice work for the forward up there, so it was good.
Did you have to tell your brother to get out of the way a few times, or walk and talk a little bit, and they're carrying Cade Cushett on, and you guys are giving him a guard of honour, which is fantastic as well. But yeah, your brother was up there as well. That was a bit of a... How did that come about, and did you have any say in that?
No, I didn't have any say, but we played back in Griffith. We both centre forward and full forward, so we're definitely used to it, and that's where we like to play, and you could know where each other's going to lead, so it was good. It's good to have him down there with me.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, Jacob, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Yes, thank you.
While that interview was being conducted, Gus, it was wonderful to see both clubs, the Albury Tigers, going over there to help form a guard of honour for 2 greats of this club. Cade Cushett, 334 game record holder today, and Hayden Filiponi celebrating his 150th.
Yeah, remarkable. And I said, Panda, with about 3 minutes ago, do you believe in fairy tales? And
it would have been the best call I've ever heard on O&M Live.
I just saw something out of the glimpse of my eye, Panda, and I'll tell you what, he had a chance to do it, Hayden Filiponi, in game 150, but hats off to the great man himself, Cade Cushett, breaking the Corowa-Rutherglen all-time games record today. Absolutely remarkable. He had the chance, Panda, but it wasn't meant to be, and I'm sure another opportunity will arise in the weeks to come.
Well, he's been a defender for his whole life, so I love the fact that they chucked him down there in the forward line, and he had that flying shot on goal, and it just went through for a point. A 2-point win if you've just joined the broadcast to the Albury Tigers, decimated by COVID today. Their coaches were sitting home on the couch, Gus.
They're probably still watching this one, Panda. A big shout out to Luke Daly and Anthony Miles, and I reckon they'll sing along to the Albury Tigers, singing their song, victorious by 2 points. The Tigers home in round 2 Easter footy. Tigers 2-point victors here on O&M Live over the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos. Will take a break and go into the post-match drive home on the other side of this. You're listening to O&M Live on 1494 2AY and 1566 3NE, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Harvey Norman betting. Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar.